on DVD. Like, you know how the first one came out? It was first overseas, and then eventually they brought it over here.
Yeah, I thought it came out overseas earlier. Or did it just come out?
It just came out overseas, but
okay.
a lot of people have it here. For whatever reason, they were able to get it here. So, but it's the first, like, I have all. It's just you definitely like it.
I like the first season. The first one was really good. I like the second one too. Oh my god, it was all.
Well, I had the English version, so I
did too.
Yeah, I understood what was going on. Well, I grew up because I grew up on the original. So
I saw the original. I just don't remember the plot line being that.
Well, they changed a couple of things.
They did.
They changed a lot. But this one is straight to the point. Like the third, like the 5, straight to the point.
That first one they did was amazing. Just absolutely.
So you gotta also they see the similar characters.
Yeah, that was cool that they did.
But I made sure I got it.
Yeah, thank you, man.
If I get the other
yeah, good looking out. Yeah, I love that. I love that series. Always been my favorite.
I got you, deal what you're talking to the chat already.
Children of the Corn chat.
You want me to just copy paste what I have on mine? Okay.
Mark and Luna, you gotta send me a link inside.
I got you. I got you.
The game they also have Discord, but it's dead.
Do you want me to put it in the live show or do you want it live show announcements? Yeah, okay, so put it in the show live and then tag notification.
What's your guys' favorite vegetable?
Spinach.
Spinach?
Cucumber.
Cucumber.
Carrots. I don't know. I like
Carrots?
vegetables.
Yeah.
As long as they're not leafy greens, I like them.
Yuli likes potatoes.
That's not a vegetable.
That's a vegetable.
What?
It's not a vegetable.
Potatoes are not a vegetable, bro. What?
They are.
I like broccoli.
They are
Broccoli is a good one.
brown.
B-R-O-C.
I'm an asparagus guy.
Broccoli, not seeds, so it's not fruit.
I just started liking asparagus.
Yo, asparagus is so good.
I just like asparagus.
Asparagus is so good. It makes your teeth stink, but it's so good. Broccoli's good.
Tomatoes.
Attention.
Tomatoes are a fruit
You are
and
now
they're
tuned
disgusting.
in
But
to
they're
Path
considered
of Control.
Round table, show me your moves.
Tell these moves get good and get in the groove.
Gears of war like Sonic hopping the tuck.
You don't wanna smoke, you'll get bodied by big knucks.
Come for the character, stay for the content.
From the elite to the civic
Corn
body.
is
Conventions
the
are stream, the
most
topics
important
to see.
So
vegetable.
tune in. Peace and hair grease.
Everything.
Let's go, baby. Peace and hair grease.
Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller. Pass that, pass that, pass that, pass the controller.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Listen, this is another episode of Pass the Controller. That's right, it's Pass Controller. Happy Women's History Month. Happy Miku Day, because Miku was 3'9". Happy Mario Day, because Mario was 3'10". Happy, what else we got, man? There's a lot of holidays. We celebrate a lot of holidays, but it's March Madness. Happy March Madness to those that like to watch sports ball and all that, for the gamers that talk sports balls. Happy everything. This is a beautiful month, man. Listen, we got the core crew as well as special guests. We're going to talk about that later on. Of course, you already know who this is. I am McNux. We have a special show for y'all. And of course, joining me this week is, we're going to start with ladies first. This is Women's History Month. We got Luna Chibi Fox. Hello, Luna.
Hello.
And
Hi, that is I.
we also have my man, The Smoke. What's up, Smoke?
What's going on, man? It was a Tuesday that I decided.
Tuesday. We also have Civic Minded. What up, Civ?
Going on? How we doing? It's been too long, man.
It's been too long.
Too long.
Oh my God, who you telling?
Lots going on.
And of course, we have a special guest. We have the creators of Super Game Day. I don't want to individually separate all y'all, but we have Super Game Day. What's up, gentlemen?
What's up, everybody?
What up? What up?
Absolutely. Listen, we're going to get into what Super Game Day is all about, because we have an event coming up April 22nd, which is Super Game Day, basically, and that we're going to be hosting. Well, not hosting. We're going to do a host panel at Super Game Day, and we're going to rock the house as well too, man. If you are in the tri-state area, East Coast, wherever you are, you can fly over as well to Philadelphia. It's going to be at the Cherry Street Pier. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put that.
All welcome.
I'm going to put all are welcome. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put the actual flyer up, because we're going to put it up and advertise it for all of y'all. And bam, there it is, Super Game Day. That's going to be the Cherry Street Pier takeover. That's Saturday, April 22nd, from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Cherry Street Pier.
Yeah, use our graphic designer.
Yeah, exactly. It's a free public event. There's the address right there. They got tournaments hosting from Iron Fist Philly, Tekken 7, Super Smash Brothers, of course, or Super Smash Ultimate. Of course, I suck at both of them, but you can still try to beat me. I don't give a crap, man. Listen, I'm going to try to get in there. As well as I didn't notice that y'all can give away a Nintendo Switch Lite, man. So I might have to put that down there, like seriously.
Nice.
So yeah, that's going to be the event, man. That's going to be happening this upcoming month. So make sure that it's a free event too. So make sure that you do get your tickets, because well, actually no, there's no tickets available, man. What am I talking about?
It's right. You just said it's free.
It's free. Get your imaginary tickets. Imaginary tickets, man, is going to be available.
Your invisible tickets.
Make sure you take the day off to come see us.
Take the day
And
off. There you go. But of course, we're going to learn more about this core group of guys, man, that's doing big things really in the Philadelphia community. First of all, I want to say welcome, guys. Welcome to the show. How y'all been, man? What's going on?
What up, Mark?
What's up, man?
How you do?
I'm good, man. Y'all looking good, man. I see y'all getting ready for the event. I'm gonna run this interview real quick, man. And now here's the thing. I want to first of all, how did y'all know each other? How do y'all get together as a crew?
Don't all Puerto Ricans know every Puerto Rican?
You are absolutely right.
Is that how that works?
You are absolutely right. That's that.
Me and Lewis went to high school together.
Yeah, he was a year ahead of my year.
Yeah, right.
And,
Me and Lewis are, I guess, brother-in-law.
yeah, they're brother-in-laws.
It's funny how it took you a minute to do the mental gymnastics there.
Because he's married, I'm not. So
Exactly.
he says I'm his brother.
Oh.
He's not technically, but I still call him my brother-in-law anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. I feel you. And listen, man, that's a close bond that y'all have too, man. But let me ask y'all this: How did Super Game Day started, man?
Well, it began with Will selling from a trunk long time
He was
ago.
drug dealing. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Come on, man.
I'm sorry.
He was merch dealing.
Merch
Get
dealing.
it right.
Merch.
Yeah.
Thank you, Luna.
Yeah,
Thank you
merch
so
dealing.
much, Mark. I don't know. He got the black Yoshi suit on. He wants to be all provocative.
That's why they call him.
Yeah. So it started off with Shifty Deals.
Okay.
Will started off selling merch from a trunk, and then from there he started doing cons, and then we got together, and then the three of us all got together. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Right. And it's pretty much because every time, like I said, I first met y'all. I forgot where I first met all you guys at, man. I think it was the first Super Game Day, I believe. No, it was at a convention. Or probably Luna just got it connected us and all that
I
together.
have connect.
Well-
Well,
No, go ahead, Luna.
okay,
No,
so
I was gonna say, obviously, Mark and Luna, we all go way back to J1 Con.
True. Yeah. There you
Back
go.
in 2012,
Yep.
a long time ago. But I mean, I think we all became closer around 2016, something like that. 'cause
Right,
I'm
right.
selling at more shows and stuff like that.
And I started J1 back in 2015.
That's right. Now, yeah. See, I listen. I'm getting older,
was
man. So I'm trying to remember like back in the day, man. Like, oh, how did I make
Dates are
these guys?
non-existent.
Exactly.
Time means nothing.
And real quick chat for those that jumping in, that you know we're interviewing Super Game Day. First of all, when I see these guys and I see their setup, and you can't help but to just go to their table just to see what's up. I feel like when y'all put your tables out there, no matter what kind it is, y'all table is crowded, it's packed. You know, I feel like that's probably one of the most like the one of the con wonders of the world is the way y'all set up your table, which is amazing, man. Like, here's the thing. Is this the collection of what y'all had? Like, I know y'all don't get it. I know y'all just didn't like. Hey, we work for GameStop. We work for like an old store.
Yeah, no. It definitely, well, with me and Lou, is definitely we were big collectors. We collected everything and anything.
Yeah.
And then eventually, you have too much stuff. So
Right.
then you're like, you sell
Define
it.
too much.
He was the first one. He was the first one to go sell his stuff. I loved my stuff. I didn't want to sell my stuff.
He's a hoarder.
I'm a
He's
hoarder, yeah.
We both
Until I had too much.
High five.
And it was like, dude, we gotta get together and sell this stuff.
Yeah,
So
I feel.
like, all right, I'll eventually end up selling this.
Right. You know what's so funny? I feel that too, because if you look in my closet right now, I mean, if you think I'm a big Knuckles fan, gee, trust me, my closet, man, it's like a whole shrine of nothing but Knuckles, man. That's why when I go to conventions, if I can't find anything Knuckles, I'm not spending money, man. You know, well, I spend money sometimes, but yeah, that's how it is, man. But yeah, I feel you on that. I think the hoarder and all of us, Civ is the biggest hoarder, to be honest with you. You know, you look at his room, yeah.
You see all the cigar stuff. Yeah.
I am a collector.
Between Civ and Smoke, man, because I don't know which one. You know what I'm saying? When you look at it, it's like a museum. You know what I'm saying?
I am
That depends on what we're
collector.
hoarding.
Yeah.
I'm a collector and an archivist. I do not like the term hoarder. Hoarder indicates that you are messy.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
He's got a point.
No, it doesn't.
He's got a point.
No, it doesn't. No, that's
messy.
Right, there's the show hoarders, and it's always a mess.
Well, that's the show hoarders. But hoarders, if you take it to an art form, it's basically one that collects. You know, just I know Smoke is nostalgia or just ones that collect valuable things and appreciates valuable things. Now, I mean,
hoarders will collect a lot of nonsense too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hoarders have a purpose. Hoarders have a purpose. So it's like that's the thing. Civ, will you agree with me? You had a purpose when collecting all your Sagat stuff, right? You had some purpose.
But there's a difference between a collector and a hoarder.
Yeah.
Like Civ said,
Hoarders will collect. Hoarders will save old diapers.
Grab anything. Right.
Right.
They'll see a box and say, I got to keep that box.
Yeah.
A collector, like for me, I collect figures that I either cosplayed as, and I collect movie props, and between that and my cosplay costumes and props and everything else in between that. And then you got to remember, I've been doing this for a long time. So we're talking about, I've been collecting since the 80s, and I've had purges. And Civ knows all about my purges.
Uh-huh.
I've had purges, and I still got tons of stuff here. I gave away so much stuff. I didn't even want to sell it at the time. I gave away so much stuff. We're talking about those trash bags. I was giving away figures. I mean, still in its packaging. And now that I'm getting older, I'm like, well, damn. I'm gonna have to sell some of this stuff on eBay because the value is going to be up. But
that's Super
things
eBay.
I'm keeping,
pretty much
close to my heart.
That's
certain things I'm keeping close to my heart. But you know, like I said again, there's a big difference.
That's fair. That's fair. Real quick, because Facebook is already popping off real quick. Marquita got a question for you guys at Super Game Day. How big is your collection?
It's individually or together?
Like
as far as like how, I don't know if you could put a number as far as like the games, the figures,
it's a lot.
I have more than 600 or 700 games.
You guys know what the infinity symbol is, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That.
Yeah, like to be honest, the three of us collectively could open up a big store.
Yes.
That's a good question. Why didn't y'all open up like a store, man? Just as you know.
No. We don't like Uncle Sam. We don't pay taxes.
Fair.
We don't pay rent. We love hopping from show to show.
It was an idea thrown around though. It was an idea, but
yeah,
it came into terms where like he said, Uncle Sam starts sneaking in.
Well, let's just say like this: more money comes back to you guys. You don't have to worry about paying rent for a store. You don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about hiring extra bodies. It's three of y'all contained as a group. Boom.
Yeah,
it's money divided between three. You know.
Yeah, exactly. And I personally just like the idea of like, once you see us at a show, you never know what we're gonna have next when you see us again. Like, we always got a surprise element to us.
Mm-hmm.
And if we were stagnant at a store, you would see our
same
stuff
thing.
all the time, and
Right.
it would be get boring. It's like, you don't go to GameStop every day. Who goes to GameStop every day? Nobody.
I mean, when I was young.
I
Okay,
used to
I mean,
when I
yeah.
was in the office every day.
What is GameStop?
GameStop was, you know what, back in the day, I'm speaking like I'm freaking 50. Yeah, right. Back in the day, GameStop was a hangout, man. You know what I mean?
GameStop is where I just got a great PlayStation water bottle and a Nintendo water bottle. So
Yeah,
GameStop, they
It's
have
called
stuff.
GameStop, and you bought a water bottle.
Look, I used to.
Not for me.
Electronics Boutique was the hangout. So.
That's fair. EB Games, EB Games.
We're going in the crates. We're going in the crates. Electronic Boutique.
What you say about EB Games, Luna?
And Game Gallery.
I had a friend whose initials were EB, and so I started calling him EB Games because it's one of my favorite stores.
See, there you go. And
favorite store, favorite person.
And that's the thing, GameStop, man. I won so many tournaments, man. I got my start of my Madden career at GameStop, man. And then just,
dude, so did I.
Yeah,
I used to play
Madden.
Madden tournament.
Yeah, dude.
Crazy.
See, that's the thing, man. Yo,
they don't do that no more, man. That's the
they
problem.
don't do that. Yes, I'm thinking the actual warm hominess of GameStop actually dropped, man. So now
because
it's like
capitalism kicked in.
I got a funny story about EB.
Sure.
The first time I went to Electronic Boutique, I wanted a Game Boy game.
Mm-hmm.
The guy lied to me and my mom and sold us a Virtual Boy game. And I was so disappointed because I'm probably like 11.
Yeah.
And he sold me knowing that it was not a Game Boy game, and he sold me a Virtual Boy game.
You probably have
No.
Yeah, and I did not like, and I never went back to Electronic Boutique after that.
Oh man.
See?
I don't even blame you.
I feel you, man. It's just like I said, the value, the warm welcome, man, is kind of lost, man, in GameStop nowadays. You know what I mean? It's just
you can find that at Super Game Day though.
You can.
You definitely can. Super Game Day is like a family.
It is like a family. That's the most cheesiest thing Luna said. Yeah.
How'd you guys get your name?
Yeah. How did you guys become Super Game Day?
How did we what?
How did we what?
How did you come up with the name Super Game Day?
We started writing stuff on paper.
We just started writing random things that went together.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like we were at Boat and
nice.
we had a couple brewskis. And we just started like
throwing names
rattling stuff. We were gonna call it stuff like New Challengers.
Okay.
We were gonna call it, what else were we gonna call it? Like,
I don't know.
There's a list. Lewis has it somewhere.
So when we get together, I write so many things on like napkins and construction paper, cardboard. Like I just write things everywhere. So when I'm done, it's just somewhere piled up somewhere. So I honestly don't know where that list is, but I do remember we wrote a bunch of different names.
But
and then Super Game Day just came out.
I think I'm gonna take creative feature on that because I think I came up with Super Game Day, and we all agreed that it was the best name for an event.
It did, yeah. I will say it warmed up to a lot of us, man, throughout the years, man. Seriously,
works. I like it.
Yeah,
I will say, New Challenger would have been dope. Your posters all could have been "Here comes the next challenger" or something.
Yeah, it was the whole Street Fighter aspect
right.
because we wanted, we knew we wanted to do tournaments,
right?
And we weren't really thinking of a convention, so we were calling it. We were going to consider calling it New Challenger, but then we were like, no, we're more than just a tournament. We want to do more than just a tournament.
Yeah.
So. Super Game Day.
And the first,
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. The first time that y'all had y'all event was I forget what the pizza shop, man. What was that?
No, Chase's Hop Shop.
Chase's Hop Shop, right? So,
So good.
first
That
time.
was our first home. It will always be our first home.
I love Chases.
I definitely, I ain't gonna lie, I missed that spot. You know what I'm saying? I miss, you know.
We actually want to do one more show there and close out our history, our chapter with Chase's Hop Shop because, to be honest, we outgrew that place pretty fast.
Right.
I think by the third show, you guys were too big for Chases.
Yeah,
True,
exactly.
True.
Yeah, like you know, we had an unfortunate event where it was just too hot. So we kind of had one bad event there, but other than that, like we just had like they ran out of French fries. Who runs out of French fries?
Yeah.
Who runs out of French fries?
I remember that.
People that run out of French fries are the same people that believe potatoes aren't a vegetable.
Oh, they're not a vegetable.
The more you know.
That's what you call a callback.
So real quick, talk about you guys, like as far as like the tours that y'all have done, not just with Super Game Day, but as like a vendor, the conventions that y'all have done, the ups and downs, man. Like lay it out on us, man. What have y'all done so far, convention wise?
We've done so many. Yeah. I mean, I personally done so many.
He has more years than us.
I've done. My most favorite show was MagFest.
Ah, yes.
I've sold that MagFest 3 times.
Never been to.
It's amazing show. The vendor floor is open 24 hours. It doesn't close. The vendor room floor doesn't close. So my favorite part is vending at 2 a.m. when people are, you know, pretty lit.
Yeah, right.
And they come down and just buy shit because, you know, buy stuff for no reason.
Right.
So MagFest, obviously we do too many games. We've done
South Jersey Geek Fest.
We've done shows in.
Remember J1Con y'all done as well too.
Oh, J1's a home for us. We're always at J1.
Right.
Gone to New York and done the show up there.
We've done. Yeah, it's called Brooklyn Toy Show. PowCon.
Right.
You guys are at East Coast Gaming Expo.
Yes, Lonnie. Big shout out to Lonnie. She's a good friend of us and we're always at whatever Lonnie does. We're there.
Then we've done our own. We've done other shows in this city.
So what's the one big ticket item in your collection?
Yeah.
What's the holy grail?
In our own collection?
It would be, man, it could be anything, to be honest. Yeah. How about Yuli, you go first? What's the most expensive thing in your inventory?
Like in my game collection? I mean,
no, for sale, not in your personal inventory. For sale.
What are you selling? Like, what's the thing that you're like, you know, you always put out there, like somebody's gonna buy this today, and you know.
Okay, I have one game that's not really, well, I guess you could say rare. Will be NCAA 16.
NCAA 16.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, the price isn't that big, but it's a rare game because they cut that contract with NCAA.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
They stopped making the game. Period. So that game became extremely rare.
Right.
Yep.
And I got it in a lot with PlayStation 3 and like 30 games, and like I was like, "What the hell is this?" When I looked up the price, I was like, "Oh yeah, I could sell this." Still haven't sold it, but it's still on the table.
That's awesome.
We have one big spender.
There's always going to be that one person that's trying to put it in their collection.
Facts.
And they're like, "Oh crap, you got this game? I'm gonna buy it to complete my collection." Yeah, there's always going to be a game.
What about you, Lewis?
As like things that sell that make, I would say plushies, man. Like in general, like Pokemon or Mario plushies in general. Like you don't know how crazy people get digging through plushie boxes and finding the one that they want, and then it's like, "Oh, how you know?" I'm like, "Yo,
hi, bro."
That's it. I'll say plushies is the
okay. It's your most okay. How about you, Will?
If we're talking most expensive, I had like a soundtrack for Banjo-Tooie that you could only order off Nintendo Power.
Right.
And I think I sold that soundtrack for like $250.
What?
Yeah, and it's just a CD, just a music CD. But it was something you only had to. It wasn't sealed, but I have another soundtrack in my inventory still, and it's Mario Kart 64, Super Mario 64 and Star Fox 64. It's the soundtracks to all 3 of those songs, and it's sealed.
Yeah.
I have.
How
I have
much?
those.
It's something that you can only order
You
off
had
Nintendo
you also
Power.
had the Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, that's actually still. I still have that in my
That's
inventory. I have Vice City's soundtrack.
But
It was like 6 CDs of their music of
yeah,
Grand Theft Auto.
right.
Got that too.
I would never,
Look at her.
yeah, I would never expect like you selling a Banjo Tooie soundtrack for that much, man.
Yeah, man, you'd be surprised, man.
Well, see, that's the thing too, because matter of fact, I remember talking to Civ. This was last too many games, and Civ knows because I was plotting. I took Civ over to one vendor table, and remember Civ, I was like, I wanted to plot on that one dot hack game, and that dot, and the last chapter of dot hack was they were selling for 350. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. But chapter 3, they were selling for like 90, and I was like, okay, I want to try to. Here's the thing. I want to try to, and I know y'all get this a lot. I want to try to haggle them down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Oh, we get that all
We
the time.
get that all the time.
That's why I'm called Shifty Deals. We love that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Come haggle.
Yeah. And I figure like
The
a lot
best
of.
thing to do. I was trying to tell Mark too, because I don't really like to give vendors too hard of a time. But if you are really gonna haggle, best thing to do is before you go up to these tables, go on eBay, find like what the fair market value is for something, and if you want to haggle, don't just go up and say, hey, I'll give you this amount of money for that one item. Typically, it's good to buy like maybe 2 or 3 other things you think you might need and say for the 3rd item, hey, can you do all of these for X amount?
Right.
Because then it's kind of like, look, you're not trying to tell them that their one thing is overpriced. They take less offense to it. They're more willing to like kind of say, oh, well, we have some wiggle room when you consider the entire batch of items as opposed to just one item. Because they're just going to go back and they're going to throw it out and be like, no, I know what this is worth, and they're going to say no. So I don't like to be insulting when I try to haggle because it just sometimes I feel dirty. Like I'm trying to tell you that I really want it, but I'm also telling you it's worthless. That's not cool. So I try to be like a little more diplomatic about it than that. That was my advice on that whole thing.
You know what's so funny, Sid? Because I want to kind of pick on Super Game Day a little bit because I remember going at one vendor and they said that when I was getting Chapter 4 of Dot Hack, right? And they said, I was like, yeah, I'll try to cut down the price to like, $320, right? It's from $350 to $320, $30 less, whatever. They say, you would have sold it to you. Right. So here's the thing though. So the vendor says, oh man, this is priceless. I mean, I can sell this at the shop. But I was like, okay. In my mind, it's like, you're not going to sell that. Here's a quick question to you guys. Y'all know how expensive certain items that you have might be. Some people might fail at haggling. And you might say, you know what, hey, I might sell this at a shop. How long do you wait on or hold on to an item and be like, you know what, okay, we gotta, cut down the price on this, man. How long do y'all wait on certain items? I kind of want to pick your brain on that.
I've been vending for a long time, over a decade, and I've always found best that like if someone really wants the item and if they want like a few bucks off, just give it to them. I don't know what's the whole point of like holding on to something because you're gonna get that extra $10 from somebody else.
And I really dislike when vendors go, well, I can sell this more on eBay. Well, then sell it on eBay then.
Right.
Like if you
sell it on eBay,
someone comes up, then sell it right there, even if it's a little bit less than what you were trying to sell it for.
See, and I've been doing eBay for since 1999, and I sell all kinds of stuff. And one thing about that whole I'll sell it on eBay statement, there is a little bit of a false economy that happens on eBay because everything gets inflated anyway because they're cutting eBay into that profit margin. So when they say I can sell it for more, of course you can. And then eBay takes a cut and then you're right back to where we are talking about right now. Mm-hmm. So it's like you can sell it to me and make the same amount of money. It's the same.
Right.
I mean, if you at least understand how the process works, it's like, all right, I mean, it sounds to me like when people say I can sell it on eBay, I'd be like, so it just sounds like you don't want to sell it to me.
Right. Like Nux said, I had it for $350 and Nux wanted it for $320.
Right. Like
saying no to $320 right in front of your face. Like, no, bro. Take the damn thing.
And Civ, I guarantee you.
And now when you sell it,
you get like $300 for it.
You get exactly. And now that you sold it, you got your money. You saw someone else who really wanted it and have it. Bring that nostalgia to them and see them happy. That's how Super Game Day works. We try to bring the nostalgia to everybody. So if it's something a little expensive than ours and someone haggles, then we will haggle back but we meet you in the middle, and you take the item, and you're happy, and you go enjoy the rest of your time in Super Game Day.
I love that. For those jumping in to the show, we're talking about Super Game Day. Of course, they have their event in April 22nd. We're going to show the flyer a little bit later. But real quick, back to you guys. And first of all, Civ, that's why I guarantee you, Civ, if we go back to Too Many Games, right, and I see the same vendor, I guarantee that same game is still on the shelf. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God. That's what I'm going to say. I swear to God. But going back to Super Game Day.
It's amazing. It's amazing, too, because, like, I met these guys for the first time. I think, Will, I met you for the first time at ECGX last year, correct?
Yeah. I think that's when we had a conversation.
Next door neighbors,
and it was cool because you can tell when you have a good interaction with a vendor table at these conventions, you remember who they are, but you also remember the bad ones too. And I remember for years, especially going to like Too Many Games, I'm not going to call them out by name because it's just not worth it. But there was a vendor that was there every year, and they were just the most snide people ever. Like I couldn't even walk past their table because it felt like they were just argumentative. Like they just kind of like fought with people to fight with people, and they would just kind of say some snide stuff, and it got annoying. After a while, I was almost I was like, are you guys serious? Are you guys like all about like selling stuff here? Because the one guy was like a younger kid, and if you would go, like I cosplay and stuff like that, he would kind of like say some snarky stuff to me. And at one point, I almost asked this dude one time, I was like, did I wrong you in a previous life? Did I like accidentally run over your puppy as a child? Like, who are you? And I could never understand. And I'm like, you're here because out of the love of video games. And that's what I got from you guys when we met up. I was like, all right, they're like the real deal. Like they're out there doing their thing because they love doing what they do, not necessarily because they just want to like, make money and rip people off. Like you're out there because the best vendors are gamers. The best vendor gamers are going to be gamers. It's cool to see that.
Facts. That's true. And that's the thing too, man. It's like that's why I love visiting y'all table, whatever kind y'all go to, man. And chat, like I said, if you ever see these guys at a table, check them out, man. Matter of fact, they're probably the biggest table in the whole merchant floor. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole dealer room. And a lot of people crowd. I don't know if y'all have stats on this, man, but what's the biggest takeaway that y'all got from like a convention, like? As far as like, I don't know.
Talking about money wise,
Well, ask them that.
I'm sorry, because
which convention? Wait, what convention do you guys do best at?
I did.
There, that's a better question.
Yeah.
To me, I did it.
Yeah. To be honest, when the three of us are together, it would have to be Too Many Games.
Right.
Too Many Games is a really good convention. They get a lot of people. And going back to Civic's incident with the vendor, I just think there's just a lot of pressure because there is a lot of vendors, and at the end of the day, we're all competing with each other to sell the same kind of product, So like maybe that vendor wasn't making a lot of money that day, and he took it out on you, whatever the reason is. But so Too Many Games. When the three of us are vending, it would have to be Too Many Games. They have a large audience. They have a lot of.
Everybody comes from everywhere.
Yeah, but for me personally, I'm going back to MagFest. MagFest was my bread and butter. I was one of the only vendors open at 3 a.m. Collecting all my coins. But yeah.
I feel you. Okay. It's MagFest and Too Many Games for sure. Yeah, I understand that. And again, we have an actual question from the chat. Marquita on Facebook says, to each one of y'all separately, what is your favorite video game of all time, man? I like to ask that question. Is really good.
Does it depend on system?
System or
just if you had to pick one video game to live with for the rest of your life.
Whatever a video game is.
If I can go back to it all the time, would probably want to be my favorite would be Donkey Kong Country, Super Nintendo.
I love that, man. Yeah.
I played that all the time as a kid in front of the big screen TV. My dad would play with me and stuff. And I think I beat majority of it at a young age too. Yeah, I'm going with Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, Yuli, I was listening to the soundtrack at work this morning cause all day, dude. Like seriously. So yeah.
I can listen to I can listen to the Aqua, the one where you're in the water.
I fell asleep to that. I love it, man. Seriously.
That song is like the best.
Oh my God, who you telling?
That goes first and second with the Aqua one in Super Mario 64.
Okay. I agree with you.
It goes hand in hand with the same thing concept.
Yeah, I love that. I feel you. Lou, how about you? Your favorite video game, man?
I will say Dead Space 2.
Ah, you talking serious language.
Yo,
There, I was gonna say.
we just became
like, I love-
BFFs.
So
We just
so,
became
like,
best friends, bro.
there you go.
We become
So,
best friends.
like-
Yup.
Yep.
We best friends, yo. So like Dead Space 1 is amazing, and the remake, I'm actually playing it right now. It's pretty
good.
awesome. But Dead Space 2 just had like an extra seasoning to it that was just it was just that. That's
Chef's
it.
kiss.
A chef's kiss. We don't
Right.
talk about Dead Space 3, but Dead Space 2. I mean, I like Dead Space 3, though.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
Dead Space 2 was like Dead Space 2 was the peak of the whole series. Because when 2 came out, like the animated movies came out at the same time,
Right.
comics came out, the novels came out, and it was just beautiful at that time.
I love how you pinpoint, and this is a true Dead Space. You and Civic, because how y'all connect the novels, how y'all connect the movies, the shows, and that's just like, again, that's just me with, like I said, if everybody asks me, it's like, for me, it's the Die Hack series, because again, it's my favorite video game of all time. Well, not all time, because I'll say Sonic and Knuckles and all that too. But the actual franchise, Die Hack is one of my favorite franchises because you connect it with the manga, you connect it with the cartoon, the anime and all that too. It all is interwoven. So the same thing with Dead Space, because I don't know how Dead Space lore is. You know what I mean? Like, I got to go to Civ. And yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Wild.
Explain. And if y'all say the lore is crazy like that, like seriously, I remember watching somebody beat the game, the remake and all that too, you know, beat the end boss and all that. And I was like, that joint's hot, man. I was like, man.
There's a YouTube video out there, and I think if memory serves, it's about 2 hours long. But it's basically this guy who narrates chronologically the entire Dead Space mythos, the whole thing, from the points where it first kicks off in the graphic novels through everything. It shows, you know, clips from the game and talks about, you know, then we're talking about, you know, at the same time, like, you know, on this moon is this, and it goes all the way through, tells the whole story. I swear I'm going to put up a link to it because the guy did his homework and it's amazing, and you just realize like how deep that
Right.
whole mythology goes. It's really good.
Because the awesome thing about Dead Space is not just about like you going and killing the necromorphs, the creatures or whatever. It also like deep rooted in like religion.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff like interwoven between the horror that's in Dead Space.
And see, and that piques my interest because all I thought about, again, as like a straight up horror noob, was like, okay, Dead Space is nothing but necromorphs, dude. Like that was it. You know what I mean?
It's you know what, I'm gonna tell you, and I've told this story before on the show, so I'm just gonna keep it real brief. But like the way I was introduced to that series was I was in an EB, well, it was an EB Games at the time. I think it was before it was GameStop. I forget when they switched over. Maybe it was GameStop. I don't remember. But I was in the store, and the guy, you know, I'm looking around. He's like, "Hey, you know, what are you looking for today?" And I was like, "I'm just looking around." He goes, "Hey, you know, Dead Space 2 just came out." And I go, "That's cool." I go, I never played the first one." And he goes, "Do you like the Aliens movies?" I go, "Hell yeah, you know, some of my favorite." He goes, "Ever see Event Horizon?" I was like, "All right, well, I guess I'm buying that today." Because,
yeah, right.
And on that day, I picked up the first one and the second one. He was like, "Look, just trust me." He goes, "It's amazing." He's like, "If you like that kind of stuff, check it out. It's awesome." And I just fell in love. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
So
Dead
Space Remake. Yeah. Dead Space Remake is my favorite game this year so far. It as basically as close to a perfect game as you're ever going to see.
Right. And that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear. It's like if a franchise has an in-depth story, like Luna tells me about Kingdom Hearts lore all the time, man. It's like, yo, yeah, you know what? Okay,
all the time.
facts, you know. And
Mark, let me ask you. Okay, Knuckles. So do you like Aliens?
Of course.
Do you like
Event Horizon? Yeah, I do. All right, yeah, see, yeah, man. But man, yeah, I understand that, man. It's just.
Do you have a Wii?
I have a Wii, yeah. But it's just.
Well, then you can play the Dead Space Wii
man,
one
it's
too.
just the scare bone in me. I'll tell you, man, for real. Cause anyway,
no, but it's good. It's more than just jump scares. It's an intelligent horror game.
Right.
It's very good. I know Smoke was playing it too. I think we both have a lot of deep sentiment for that series.
Yeah. Because I know Smoke.
That intro for Dead Space 2 is probably one of the wildest intros.
Right.
In a horror game.
Yeah. I feel on that. Listen, that's right next to Metal Gear, man. Trust me, man. Like that's all political and to this day. But going back to Will, how about you, man?
I have so many games that I play over and over all the time.
If you can narrow it down.
I can narrow it down. Honestly, so I'm gonna give you 2 retro games that I play all the time, nonstop, and I'm gonna give you 2 more modern games that I play all the time, nonstop.
Okay.
So Super Mario World on the SNES.
Okay.
I can play that on a bad day, on a good day, on a rainy day, on a sunny day, and Sonic 2. Like Sonic 2, I can play any day, all day,
Same.
every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Robotnik, and be happy.
Yes.
For modern games, it would be Resident Evil 2.
Okay.
Resident Evil 2, yes, the remake. The remake is better than the original. I don't care what anybody says. They did that game so well.
Fair.
And Red Dead Redemption 2, actually.
That's good.
Like, I can play those games any day, all day, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, I feel you on that. 100%.
That's multiplayer, though. Were we talking about multiplayer games? Because
Whatever game.
Any game.
I love Splatoon 3. I play that shit all the time. But, like, it's a multiplayer. It's an online game. Like, it's not.
And that's something that you can play again and again and again and won't get tired. That's what we're talking about too, man. Like games that's like, you know what?
I didn't say Splatoon 3 because I get tired of it. When you lose 5 times in a row, you
get tired. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I'm done with it.
Kind of like me with Dead by Daylight. Most of the time, it's like one of your favorite games, but when you start losing, you're like, "This game sucks."
Yeah, that's me with Halo, man. Trust me, I love the Halo franchise, but once I get on the
no,
low,
it's me. I suck.
Yeah, once I get on the low, cuz I'm like, yeah, I'm done, dude. Yeah, exactly, cuz for real. So that's what it is. Again, for those that are coming in, we are talking with Super Game Day. One last question, real quick. I don't know if anybody else had any questions, but one last question for me is, how did y'all finally was able to start a small event, a small convention, if you will, for yourselves, man? Like, how did that happen?
Well, after we wrote a bunch of different names and came up with Super Game Day, well, the next step was where we're gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we're not rich, so we couldn't just buy a venue or something like that. So we had to figure out where to. So we knew the owner at Chase's Hop Shop, and he's a big video game person. He had like a small 64 and a small screen on the side, and we were talking to him about like our idea, and he was like, "Hey, like, would you do it in my parking lot?" And we were like, "Yeah." So that's how the first event started. And then we spoke to a few friends that we knew, and
we had vendors and stuff.
And we started there.
Gotcha. And then when y'all migrated over to Cherry Street Pier, which is like, honestly, when y'all did that and y'all told me, like, you know, y'all got it easily, man, for almost nothing at all. Like how did that happen? Like, seriously.
Well, we were at a show before we got there, and the owner, the lady who basically runs the Cherry Street Pier, was there, and I basically had a conversation with her, and I told her about the ideas that we had, and then from there, she liked our ideas, she liked what we were bringing, and now we were at the Cherry Street Pier, and then we spoke to her again, and now we're there. That's basically our new home now.
Yeah. And I remember the day that, just a side note, I remember the day that when me and Luna went with y'all to do with this business before y'all settled at Cherry Street Pier. And I was looking at it too, and I was listening to the conversation, and I was like, really? You could get this for how much? Like, seriously, like rent this space out? And I'm thinking to myself, man, and of course, you know, my mind goes crazy, man. And I was like, man, I want to throw a convention here too.
Well, yeah,
still waiting for that, by the way.
The thing is that, you know, it's a city building. The Cherry Street Pier is owned by the city. The thing is, there's a difference when you charge to come into your event and when you're having a free event.
Right.
So there's a lot of things come into play when you're doing that. But going back to how you know Super Game Day works, I guess, like if I could backtrack a little.
Yeah.
The thing that I think the formula we got that works best for us is that we aren't just a normal convention. I think what we are doing is we are attracting a lot of other talent in the city, and we are using Super Game Day as a platform to bring everyone together and make a special event, because Super Game Day wouldn't be Super Game Day without Origin of Play.
Yeah.
Super Game Day wouldn't be Super Game Day without Pass the Controller doing a panel. And we just are big on bringing Philadelphia together. Like, we just want to do a really good show and make a really good safe space for like anyone to just walk up and have a good time. We're not too focused on like, you know, oh, let's charge $20 for everybody to come in. No, we're not worried about that. We just, you know, it's more about having a really good time and, you know, just doing something good in Philadelphia, because, you know, our city gets a lot of bad rap.
Right.
And we honestly are trying to do something good for the city.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Especially like the neighborhoods we grew up in. There was no one that basically looked like us doing an event
Stuff like this. Yeah.
for the community. So for us three to come up from that type of neighborhood to do something at Cherry Street Pier for basically the city of Philadelphia to come for free and enjoy your time is never heard of.
Right.
I guess you can say that.
And honestly, yeah.
Pretty much.
Right. And I feel like you see what y'all doing right now is definitely a movement, you know. And like I said, that's why I applaud y'all so much, man. From, you know, and I'm like, okay, these guys are throwing a convention, or these guys are throwing an event, you know. And I don't like to throw the word convention out, you know what I mean? Like, event's an event, you know what I'm saying? But what y'all doing right now, this event is probably one of the most, like, we're eager. And I know a lot of people are eager to come to this event, like, for real, you know. And it's really to be an event, to be first one outdoors, which I like, you know what I mean, which it just feels
that
homey.
came from COVID, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was because of COVID.
Yeah, right. Oh, well, I mean, if you want to listen,
we were supposed to start our first event at Chase's Hop Shop was supposed to start
April
2020. Yeah, April of 2020.
Right.
And then COVID happened, and we had to like shelf our whole idea completely.
Right.
Until like later on, when COVID was like dropping down, we're like, okay, maybe it's safe enough to do it or whatever.
Right.
It was 2021, right? You guys had 3 events that year.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And everyone wore masks and everything.
It was still a success.
It was still pretty.
It was great.
Our first event was our most popular at Chase's Hop Shop, to be honest, because I just feel like, you know, everybody was eager to come out and do something, because, you know, we've all been inside for a year, and we were just like, oh, we found the loophole by doing it outside. So
pretty much.
It just worked.
That's
it
true.
just worked for us.
That's true. And again, y'all did it at, like, y'all pretty much targeted at the right time, because after COVID, it's like, oh, I'm itching to do something, man. When y'all put that event out, man, it was like,
we knew that. Trust me, we knew that.
that was perfect. That was perfect, because I mean, everybody wanted to do something. Everybody wanted to get out. Everybody wanted to like roll on grass and touch grass and all that kind of good stuff, man. Yeah, that's what. Like I said, Super Game Day was perfect at that time, man. So y'all did a great job, man, as far as marketing goes. And seriously, that's why we cannot wait to come to Super Game Day. I'm definitely gonna put up the banner again for those that the chat. If y'all don't know, y'all need to come out there. Super Game Day is happening again Saturday, April 22nd this year at Cherry Street Pier in Philadelphia. Yep, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. I wish I could do it longer. Good Lord, I wish I could do it to like 11 a.m. to like midnight or something like that. God,
that'd be
Lord.
dope.
That'd be freaking crazy, man. Of course, y'all gonna see Pass Controller there. We're gonna be in the house as well too. Hopefully, doing a panel. Gonna be doing the same thing. Same thing we're gonna be doing, like I said, talking video games, man, giving away prizes and all that. And plus, they have some tournaments as well too. Iron Fist Philly tournaments hosting Tekken 7 and Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. These guys, I'm telling you right now, if you are good at one of these games, you better come out here and show it, man. Seriously, you better show off and show out. And there's gonna be a raffle giveaway of Nintendo Switch Lite. You know what? You might as well give that Switch Lite to me, because I'm going to buy a whole bunch of raffle tickets, man. So I'm just going to say that. But
there we go.
Seriously,
he's going to rig the raffle.
I'm going to rig the raffle. But make sure that if you want to chat on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, make sure that you follow Super Game Day on Instagram at super_game_day. Luna, if you could put out the Instagram link as well too.
Yep.
So make sure you follow Super Game Day on all platforms, especially on Instagram where they put out their announcements. Make sure you show them some love. And again, if you are in the tri-state area, you just want to fly out, this April 22nd for sure. Definitely, we'll definitely see you. We'll all see you, and we'll all definitely have some fun because Super Game Day is so dope. Like seriously, it is a lot of fun, man. So, but again, gentlemen, thank you so much. Like seriously for just definitely coming up on here, man, for showing off, and I can't wait for Super Game Day, man. Seriously, dude. Holy crap, man. But we know that we're gonna have y'all stick around as well too for the rest of the show, because like I said, we're gonna have some fun. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, it is of course Women's History Month. Of course, we celebrate Mario Day. We are celebrating Miku Day. We're celebrating March Madness. It's a lot of things happening in March, man. We're gonna get to it as far as Pass Controller news goes. Real quick, we're gonna segue into Pass the Popcorn because we gotta talk about this. We gotta talk about this, man. Monday is the season finale. I want to ask you guys, SGD, have y'all been catching up on?
You're talking about, wait.
Sunday.
Sunday.
We watch it on Monday.
Bro, I'm behind one episode.
I watch it Sunday.
Yeah. So y'all been catching up on Last of Us, right?
I'm behind one.
You behind one.
You better catch up.
Man, come on,
You better
now.
catch up real quick.
I didn't know.
So we're gonna try to make this not spoiling.
Everybody, listen. Everybody that's played.
I don't mind spoilers. I'm gonna still watch the damn show.
Yeah,
we're gonna try to make this spoiler free. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
It's not spoiler free.
If y'all want to talk spoilers, it's fine. I'll just sit back and watch and listen. I mean,
we got.
Y'all pretty much know how to. We got. It's more about performance.
Yeah.
Now they wrote it,
Right.
Let's go.
We want to go around the table, man. First of all, so tomorrow is the season finale of The Last of Us. So in chat, if you haven't caught up on The Last of Us, I don't know what's wrong. Right now is really, really good. I got to go around with how y'all feel about the whole season so far. Smoke, we'll start with you, man.
Listen, it was a pleasant surprise. I didn't have Walking Dead vibes or anything like that. It really. Every episode was a treat. And you guys know I'm not a big fan of Neil Blomkamp, but I do love the game. I'm still divided on the second game, but
Neil Druckmann,
whatever the hell his name is.
Neil Druckmann, yeah.
Brookman.
Right.
Whoever the hell is him. Anyway, as I was saying, he they really did a good job keeping it contained and not just doing their own thing. And Hollywood has a tendency when they take video games, as we've seen in other or TV shows, they go off the rails and they want to do their constructive art, how they see it and everything else. They really stuck true to form since the first episode. I mean, even with throwing in some actual facts, that kind of had everybody talking in the first episode. All the way to and I thought every episode was going to be a quick flashback of what happened before and all, but I liked how they've been hitting it, and then doing a DLC episode on top of that, what more could you want? So the way I'm looking at it, I got a feeling by tomorrow they're going to finish up the first game because the way they wrapped up this last week's episode, they wrapped it up in a nice tight bow. It was a lot of layers to it for Ellie. I mean, like I said again, it's the acting has been off the chain. I mean, come on, Pedro Pascal, he's knocking out freaking home runs, man. I mean,
he's the man. And
pretty much anything he's touching right now, from Narcos to the Mandalorian, and it's funny. I'm like, damn, can you imagine having a number one hot show? And then you're like, okay, yeah, my season finale is about to done, and now I'm about to have another show. It's just like my man.
It's almost like when he said it's good, but it could be better.
Well, it's just like John from Majors. He got Quantumania, now he got Creed, and so I love it when I see actors got a double hitter going for him. Pedro Pascal, basically everything he's been touching has been gold. So, and he's been bringing. But it was funny when you hear Troy Baker talking in that particular episode.
Oh my god!
All I kept hearing was Joel. I mean, or him talking like Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Because I gotten so conditioned to watching Pedro Pascal I'm like, all right, that's Joel.
Right.
And then I'm listening to Troy Baker, and I'm like, but Troy Baker sounded like Pedro Pascal.
Exactly.
But but still, Troy was awesome in it. Troy was awesome in it. They got a couple more surprises coming tomorrow.
Yep.
From the game, so I can't wait for that. But overall, definitely knocked it out the box. I think tomorrow's going to probably be, I say, it's going to be a 90-minute episode. I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. They gotta do the long.
They got everything, and they already said they're getting picked up for a second season. So if it lives up to everything it's supposed to do, and here's the other thing. I will say this. This will be the last thing I say. For a show that's based on the end of the world and all, you only seen the clickers maybe no more than 3 times throughout the whole entire series.
Mm-hmm.
And people still are looking to watch it now, which is compelling, which is very compelling.
Right.
And again, it didn't give me Walking Dead vibes, which I was so grateful for, because I'm like, man, please don't be like The Walking Dead. And it's been a very pleasant surprise this season.
That's fair. That's fair. You know, it's I feel like the accuracy. I don't know like how y'all feel, but the accuracy from the show to game, like the show to game ratio as far as accuracy goes, is to me is on point. I feel like the biggest surprise was the way that and again, the spoilers. I feel like the biggest surprise was for me was that whole when they elaborated on oh my God, who is my man that the couple
Bill and Frank.
Bill and Frank. Thank you. When because remember in the game they didn't elaborate, you know, on Bill and Frank's relationship like that, man. But
it was different. It was you had to kind of piece it together, and it was sort of like a mystery that you had to sort of like infer what happened.
I personally love that episode. I don't know how y'all felt about that episode.
That's going to be a goal. It's going to win an Emmy, is what I'm going to.
Seriously,
that was one of the finest episodes of television I've seen probably in the last 5 to 10 years.
Right. Yeah, and that was perfect. I mean, like seriously, I was like, okay, like you know, because remember, Frank was it Bill? Bill was like, yeah, you know, I had a partner, you know what I'm saying? But that was it, man. And then you got to go through that whole chase scene, you know what I'm saying? And you didn't see Bill anymore. But so when Druckmann, you know, it was like, you know, we want to elaborate more. I was like, thank you, man, because I mean that's good. I mean, even though that's like in my opinion, that was a good filler. That was a great filler, man. You know, that was a great filler. I remember me and Luna was watching that.
I could have been a DLC in itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, the one other thing that he did say throughout for the series, there was things that was extra that was thrown in that wasn't like, you know, page by the game. There was some extra stuff that they couldn't put in the game that they were able to put in the series. That was something else they talked about as well. Like there were scenes and stuff like that they didn't get a chance to put in the game for whatever reason, but they were able to do it on the show, which I thought was pretty cool too.
I know, like I said, we give a lot of praise to Pedro Pascal, man. But how'd y'all feel about Ellie's Bella Ramsey's performance as Ellie?
Amazing.
Like, yeah.
So
She
good.
knocked it out of the park. She's spot on.
And that's what I thought too. That's what I thought.
Like you know, she did a good job because in the beginning she was getting my goddamn nerves.
And that's what people was talking about. Yeah.
And then eventually she grew on me. Like you know, like I was like feeling more sympathetic, and that tells you how good of a performance she does. Because that one scene when she was like doing the, and girlfriend looked at her and said, "Stop."
Yeah,
and
right.
she kind of like, you know, I thought that was like, yeah, because I'm like that would piss me off. But you started sympathizing with her, her character throughout the course of the series. And you got as you got to know more, and I loved how the relationship, because in the beginning you were like, yeah, they're not clicking, and it was just like it wasn't forced,
right?
It just seemed like it was a natural flow, you know. So I mean, I didn't mean to jump in, but I had to jump back.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Like I said, she did, honestly, like I said, an amazing job, man. You know, you can kind of you know feel, and then like you said, Smoke, man, it was the distance relationship between Ellie and Joel, you know what I'm saying, and then it gradually kind of bonded together. Lou, I'm gonna tell you right now, Lou, when you see the previous episode, you're gonna see you'll see the connection right there. Matter of fact, not even just the last eprepisode, but just the last couple episodes, really, because you already saw when they entered the town, you know what I mean. You already saw her stance, you know what I mean, on how she felt about Joel, you know what I mean? But when you see this previous episode, yeah, you're gonna see the connection.
The Last of Us, this TV series already accomplished more in 8 episodes than The Walking Dead did in 11 seasons.
Yeah.
The one thing about Walking Dead is that the one overwhelming theme is survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. You got to survive. You got to beat down everybody else. You got to steal and rape and pillage and steal and kill and rape and pillage again.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that is different about The Last of Us, and I learned this from playing through the games, from watching the show, it takes a long time to kind of draw this conclusion. For me, it did, but it teaches you that survival isn't of the fittest. Survival is just like destruction. Destruction is indiscriminate. We learned that on 9/11 in real life.
Mm-hmm.
People that didn't deserve to die. And some people that live, you can't explain how or why, or, and you start to kind of think about how your own existence plays into this. So there is that existential element to it. So the same thing with The Last of Us is that survival is oftentimes indiscriminate, because the characters that we see are not always the fittest.
Right.
Sometimes they're just lucky. Sometimes they're just protected by somebody. Sometimes, they just happen to be in the right place at the right time. You look at, the brother protecting his deaf brother.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The girl being, escorted across the country for this purpose. Her condition is indiscriminate. It doesn't, sometimes there's this randomization, Frank and Bill meeting each other, who are essentially polar opposite characters, and then they form a bond. And you see this sort of thing that every single time you're like, why did this happen to this person? Why did they deserve this thing to happen? And if you can't make that mental connection, if you can't start to realize that, you're gonna have a real problem when you get to The Last of Us 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's when people really started to get upset with the series, because they're like, it doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. This upsets me. This shouldn't have happened. I'm like, this is life.
Yeah.
This is life. This is almost like beyond a video game at this point. Bad things happen to good people. Good things happen to bad people. So, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, true. True.
Life does not always make sense. So that is what this show is about, and that's what this series is about. Is just this sort of like the circumstance, the human condition, and how it plays into these survival themes. So for me, it's never been about zombies. It never was. It's about a lot more than that, and it starts with the very first episode. That first episode of The Last of Us, just like as in the game, it's a gut punch.
Yeah.
And kill it, man. I mean, it's you're in for it. You're like, oh my God, wow, they right out of the box, they do these, horrific things and terrible things happen. And it shows you just, what do they say? I forget the expression, but humanity is only 3 meals away from anarchy or something like that.
Yeah, you're right. Yep.
As soon as the stuff hits the fan, everybody loses their mind, and then all the rules go out the window. Everybody's just in it for themselves. So yeah, it's crazy.
Would y'all agree this is the best video game adaptation, or I guess it is?
Yes.
Lack of a better term. Yeah, I guess so.
Yes.
Best video game adaptation. When you think about all the video game movies, TV shows, what have you?
As far as live action,
yeah. You think about you put this right at the top. How about you, Super Game Day? What do y'all think? Last of Us would probably be the best all-time video game adaptation.
I mean, as of right now, yeah, obviously, because everything else was done. So I think they're doing everything differently.
Right.
To be honest, their storytelling is differently. They're staying true to the game. There's no complaints about the path of the game. So yeah, I would say so. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm trying to think of everything that's.
It's hard to compare a show to a movie.
Right now, true. But you look at that the accuracy, they these people should be doing this, because I remember I love looking at and big kudos to IGN, man, because IGN put a comparison from The Last of Us show to the game line for line, man. I was like, that's freaking dope too, man. In the chat real quick. Addison, shouts out, what's up, Addison? On Facebook says Castlevania was pretty good as well too. Castlevania Netflix series as well.
That's true.
I still put the 99 Mortal Kombat movie as.
I was.
Yeah, you already know. See, yeah.
The 95.
Wait,
one?
which
The
Mortal
95, the
Kombat?
95,
Which
the
one?
95, the 95. Sif?
Yeah.
We're actually gonna
Sif?
play that at Super Game
That was
Day for its
95.
30th anniversary.
Okay, that was
Yeah.
95.
That movie is. They
Yeah.
did such a good job. The people who directed and written that
Paul W.
movie,
Anderson.
I think they still hold the title for best video game movie
Right,
because they flew to New Zealand to film
Yeah.
like locations. Like who does that? Like
Right.
Besides
Lord of the
not
Rings.
having- Besides that, bro,
oh my god,
Relax.
no.
I love Lord of the Rings, but besides not having the fatality gore,
Right.
storyline, character wise, actor wise, like it's top notch compared to other video game movies that came out at that time. And I'm telling you that I love the 90s video game movie time.
If Mortal Kombat didn't have that movie, it would not be as successful as it
Yes.
is today.
Yeah.
You also
Because
think,
they
too, you know,
they
to your
brand
point-
a bunch of stories together and made people interested.
to your point too,
So
when you look at like the early 90s, those video game movies, because somebody the other day on our website was kind of giving me a hard time. They're like, oh man, how can you say that Bob Hoskins' Super Mario Brothers, that was any good? I said the movie wasn't any good, but Bob Hoskins' performance as Mario was good. He's a good actor. But I said, but he's like, man, come on, just because like back in the 80s they weren't doing video game movies like they did. And he was saying it was like that movie was in the 80s. I was like, no. Super Mario Brothers movie came out in 1993, 1 year before Mortal Kombat. So the chronology was Super Mario Brothers, the movie, was the first one. The second one was Double Dragon.
Yeah.
Horrible. Both of those movies were absolutely terrible.
That's right.
And then you get Mortal Kombat. The only change that they made in Mortal Kombat versus the game is that they gave Kano hair. That was like the only difference. I was like,
And reptiles.
oh, well, that was like such a minor little, yeah. That was, I don't know, but you get the idea. It was so well done.
But even think about it. You're in the 90s and you're watching this video.
90s.
You're in the 90s and you're playing Mario Brothers.
Uh-huh.
To have a bunch of people sit at a table and come up with that movie, even though it's trashy, it was pretty dope because it has a very like neon, like Blade Runner-esque style to it.
Right.
That's cheesy, but it works in the 90s.
Correct.
it made
In a
people
bad
believe
way.
in reptilian race.
Yeah. But you know that, like I said, it's guilty pleasure. I agree with Marquita in the chat
Yeah,
because
yeah.
number one, my guilty pleasure is What's Behind Smoke, man. You know, I love that movie to death,
Love it.
dude. I love it, man.
That movie is so bad, but I love it to death. I love it to
Yeah,
death.
exactly.
Quick, change the channel. I love that line. That's my all-time favorite line ever.
That's
dude.
funny though. That's funny. That's funny.
Dude, seriously. But like I said,
Do you know that they didn't get like a single character right except for M. Bison?
basically,
Only character they actually got right. I was like, that is a dope M. Bison. Everybody else they screwed up. They ruined Sagat, even though I love Wes Studi, but they didn't give him a Sagat to do.
he was business He was all business, yeah.
They ruined Blanca. They ruined Dawson. They ruined DJ. I mean, Zangief was borderline, but they didn't have him doing anything either.
E Honda was close. E Honda.
Honda was a Hawaiian
I feel
guy.
like, yo,
I was like, what is this?
The Street Fighter movie would have been better if they didn't have Jean-Claude Van Damme in it, because apparently he was,
Coked up half the time.
coked up and was able to
was.
influence the director and doing whatever he wanted to
It
do.
was John Claude in the 90s, so of course
Game
he could do whatever.
Yeah,
He
no,
was probably the best thing out of that movie is
Jean-Claude
Bison.
Van Damme.
No, Bison.
No, yeah.
You know what? The story is though. Raul
yeah.
Julia, he was unfortunate. That was the last movie he ever
movie he
did,
died.
was Street Fighter, and he was very sick at the time. He had stomach cancer. He knew he was going to die, and the only reason he wanted to do that role, and he played it like Laurence Olivier. The only reason he picked that role was because he knew his kids were really into Street Fighter. He wanted to leave something for his kids. So he played that thing as serious as a heart attack. Like the day that M. Bison graced your village was the greatest day of your life. But for me,
It was
no.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I was gonna say, where did he say smoke?
That might
Yo.
be the coldest line ever
That was the
said.
coldest line.
Cold.
Yeah.
It is super cold. The way he just looks down at her too. For me, it
And
was
he's just making the whole like drink like it's nothing. Like, it's
and her reaction is like so visceral. She's like, oh, "You killed my father. You don't even remember." Like, oh my god, it was awesome.
That's the greatest guilty pleasure movie ever, man. But right now,
Yeah, it is.
Well, like I said, we agree that The Last of Us. You haven't chat if you haven't caught up with The Last of Us. Like I said, please catch up. Of course, season finale of The Last of Us Part 1 is tomorrow. I can't wait. It's going to be amazing, dude. I'm going to be on my heels, trying to figure out.
And remember, we're springing forward, so don't get your time mixed up.
Yeah, don't get your time mixed up, man. Yeah, seriously, get your
springing forward.
I forgot what it was.
Wait,
Yeah,
I thought they canceled that.
Nah, this is the last time.
Real?
This is the last time doing
Only for you. Only for you.
That's a fun
It's a
thing.
Luna Day. It's a Luna Day.
It's the last time they're doing I think daylight savings time. Anyway, I digress.
Somebody told me that when we like fell back in November, that was it because this is the time that it's supposed to be.
Now everybody's saying this is the last time. So
You watching Infowars.com again? Come on,
Maybe.
stop watching that stuff.
Infowars.
I get my news from Twitter. I can't help it.
Don't do that.
Going from past the popcorn to the hardware check, man. We got our own Civic, man, who just picked up a PlayStation VR 2.
No, you didn't.
The hottest thing.
Oh man, dude.
The hottest thing out right now. If you guys haven't got the PlayStation VR 2, of course, Civ did an unboxing.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Yeah, listen, hey, Civ, you got to tell us, how is the PlayStation VR 2?
All right, so a couple of years ago, of course, Sony came out with the PSVR headset, and I think it retailed for about $400 back then, and it used the old Move controller technology from the PS3. So you had like those like Wiimote kind of things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could use that, or you could use your regular PlayStation controller, the DS4 DualSense 4 controllers. So that system was compatible with, of course, the PlayStation 4. So now the PS5 comes out, and they're like, we want to update this virtual reality scene here because there have been so many leaps and bounds beyond what they did back then. So since then we've seen the MetaQuest, we've seen Oculus, we've seen all these other systems come out to varying degrees of quality, but they are getting better overall and they're becoming more accessible. So the PSVR 2 system came out about 2 weeks ago, and I was on the waiting list. I got that thing day one, and wow, I was impressed. I have both of the other original headsets. I have the Generation 1 and Generation 2 PSVR headset, and they were both good, but they had a lot of cables to them. They had some pluses and minuses. They're both excellent. I love them both. I still play them both. They're amazing. But this new one it's literally a quantum leap forward. I've never seen anything like this, and it's been a long time since a piece of technology came out and like blew me away. I've said this before. It's like you don't sometimes realize the quantum leap, the big epiphany moments where you're like, wow, we really like moved forward in technology. And with this new headset now, I mean, I just can't imagine it getting much better.
Right.
It's real good. What makes it better? It's a lighter weight. I'll talk about the physical aspects first. So you get this head. I have it over here. I'm not going to bring it out for show and tell. You guys can see my unboxing video. I love
show and tell.
Yeah, I ain't doing it. Mostly because I'm sitting here and we're, I don't want to, bust out my whole stuff here. So, but anyway, so during the unboxing video, the immediate thing you notice is like the new headset's a lot lighter. Stylistically, it looks cool. Everything is real compact. There's one cable. It powers and sends signal through a USB-C cable directly from your PS5.
Right.
The head tracking now is all inside the unit. It doesn't use like the camera system that the old ones did. There's no, it doesn't do that. There is haptic feedback, so you get like sometimes you get like a little bit of a vibrational feeling effect to it. The eye tracking is amazing though because it knows where you're looking. Not only do you see it, it sees you. So the sensors in there really kind of like adapt constantly to your environment. It really creates something that's just otherworldly. You don't really get that disconnected feeling sometimes with VR systems where that you're aware of it the whole time that you're in a VR system. This one's a lot more immersible because it just seems like the world wraps around you better inside the headset itself. You just see more of the environment. It's awesome. I have no complaints about it. It does have its own proprietary controllers now. That's why it's a little more expensive. People said, "Oh, I'm not going to pay that much." Yeah, because before it was leveraging the technology from the PlayStation 3. You would use like those Move controllers. So it was kind of like either you already owned it or you paid extra for that on top.
Side note, what's the retail price of the PSVR 2?
$550 for everything.
$550 for everything. Gotcha.
For everything.
So,
wow.
I'm not.
So yeah, I mean, it's all self-contained. It's, you get the controllers that they have. They're amazing. They're super responsive, super easy to set up. It takes like 2 seconds. There's no control box that's separate to it. There's no power cords all over the place. It's just really nice. I mean, yeah, it's a little more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Not all the games.
What are you playing on that right now? Like, what is the gameplay like on that?
It's amazing. What am I playing? So you're gonna laugh at me. One of the coolest games to play on there is Tetris Effect. It's
that's
really,
a good game. Yeah,
it's really cool.
That's a good game.
I know you'd be like, it sounds really weird, but you're like, when you're playing that game, just the whole auditory sensation about it, just like how everything is out in this like 3D environment right in front of your face, playing Tetris like that, it's a lot of fun. I don't know. That's probably not the game people thought I was going to say. They do have some first person shooter games for it. They have, oh my gosh, I played like 4 or 5 games. All of them are good so far, but like I know that there are a couple on the horizon that are like just absolutely amazing. Like NFL Pro's coming out, or is out, but I don't have it yet. But that's one where it's basically like Madden, but you're playing in first person.
You're playing as quarterback. Yeah,
I
want that so badly, man.
I want it. It's a little expensive. That game I think right now is like, it's like almost like $40, and it's a digital download game. I'm like, that's a little steep for me right now, but I was like, down the road I'll get it, but I just want to see it come down in price a little bit because
I'm trying to take my team to the Super Bowl, man. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to do, man. But yeah,
it's the only way your team is getting this.
I'm the Broncos.
I can't stand y'all, man. Go on.
Virtual reality can't even help your squad, bro.
I can't.
Whoa, we just got a new coach. Calm down.
You just sell the team.
Listen, that's the Eagles for you.
Who do you think we're talking about when we say we? He's a Broncos.
Me and Lou are Broncos fans.
I'm a Broncos fan.
Exactly.
Wow.
I have somebody with me.
Get out of here.
And both of you are delusional.
Exactly.
You guys should
listen, this is why Will and Yuli are invited on the show, not Lewis.
See, Lou, I got you. Lou, I got you. Lou, I got you.
The person that says that potatoes aren't vegetables.
Exactly.
They're not.
But so
potatoes are roots.
So real quick, Sid, because chat is actually asking, like, is it worth it? Is this with the price tag right now? Is it worth it, and why?
All right, that's a great question. It depends on how much you're into it. I'm not going to give people the hard sell and be like, you have to have it. I don't think it's something right now that you have to have. It's going to come down in price. They're probably going to make another version of it eventually. I do think for me it's worth it because I play a lot of VR games. I like that kind of stuff. And because we do this kind of show and because we kind of do this content, it's worth it for me, even just for the sake of just talking about it. I would say if you haven't played VR yet, if you've never done it, like if you just have no experience with it and you demo this would be the one to get,
right,
versus a lot of other options that I think may not have as much future compatibility. They may not have the longevity. So I think if you're looking for an investment, I think it's the way to go. I think if you already have an Oculus or if you already have like MetaQuest or some whatever, even if you have a PSVR, the original, it's probably okay. Just keep using that. It's totally cool. I don't think it's something that you should feel like obligated to go out and get, but I don't think anybody would be disappointed if you do get it. Like of the people that I know that have owned it and have played it, I have not encountered a single person who said it wasn't anything less than mind-blowing.
Right.
Every review I see, everybody I talk to says the same thing. They're like, it is really, really incredible. It's really incredible. And, I know it's I'm just going to cut to the chase because I know Smoke is probably thinking what I was thinking too. And I think he said this before, is like the one drawback is that games that you already bought for the PSVR, the original, mostly, and I say mostly, like almost like 90%, they are not compatible with PSVR 2. The reason is this. There is a reason. I'm not saying this is an excuse, but you should know the reason for why is because the technology is different. Right. Like I said, the original PSVR worked on camera tracking, right? This one works on motion headset sensor tracking. It's just different technology. It's just how it is. And it's unfortunate. And this is what happens when you're an early adopter to any type of technology, is that things change and it sucks. And I know it hurts, but like, there are going to be different games. There's going to be better games. Don't let the price tag hold you back if you can't afford it. It would have been nice had more games been forward compatible, but we know in the video game world, how often do we even get that? Like a lot of, PS3 games weren't compatible with PS4. It's just what you deal with,
Yeah.
It's just what it is. And it sucks. That's the only thing. And I think it's valid. Like when Smoke says, I don't want to pay another because I've already bought other systems. That's a valid reason.
For sure. Reason. And just to piggyback off you, because I know like Will you are adamant. No, I'm not buying that with that price tag. You probably want to wait till it goes down. To me, to me, I already got the PSVR 1, but it's just like with a phone, I gotta have the newness. I'm probably gonna sell my first one, you know what I mean, and then go towards the second one, you know what I mean, just at least, But for $550 for that price tag, dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. The way VR looks, man, I don't know if you tried it out. I might just give my VR 1 to Luna, to be honest with you.
Yes.
I'll say one thing. I'll say one thing. You would ask me, Super Game Day asked what games I was playing. I'm going to tell you, I think that one of the most thrilling, visceral, existential moments I've had in video gaming, maybe in the last 15 years, is playing Gran Turismo in PSVR 2. Mm-hmm. I mean, I can't even describe it. You're in a car. You're feeling... You think you're playing Gran Turismo when you're playing with a controller. When you're playing in VR, it's like the sense of speed. You feel fear, like going like 180 miles an hour. You start to really plan your moves a lot more because you're like, holy hell, like I'm in this thing now. Like you don't want to crash. You don't want to start spinning your car. You don't want to bang into somebody. You're careful.
You're doing freaking drive-by simulator and all that crap, man.
You start to play a lot more conservatively, and that is not my style anyway. So for me, I'm kind of like, whoa. The first time you go into a curve too fast, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, right.
So it's definitely there. It's a lot of fun. It really just adds another dimension. So look, there's no right answer to the question. Whoever asked that question in the chat, it's a good question.
Yep.
I think it just wherever your wherever your hobby lies, wherever your interests are, if it's something that's important, if you really like VR, you should get it. If you if you're the kind of person you already know you like it, at least go somewhere and try it out. Or say, go to a friend's house and demo it, or go to a store and try it out, something. But once
Civic, you're gonna invite us over to play it?
Yeah, facts.
Right.
I don't know. I'm a hoarder, so I don't know if I have room for you guys here. I just know where to sit, with all these,
But you know what? But you know what though? Imagine the possibilities, and I agree with Chat. Man, Chat says, "Can you imagine if they even make it better? If they make Cyberpunk in VR, man? Hey, Cyberpunk in VR? Oh my God!"
Well, here's the thing. You can play it in VR. You can play that game on PSVR 2. You can play all your games on PSVR 2. That's one of the things that people don't understand, is that it does take the place of a mod. Now, it doesn't have a VR mode.
Yeah, that's like the whole.
You're looking.
But we wish we had that. Yeah.
I mean, it's the equivalent of, what did they say? Like on its highest resolution, highest screen size, it's like playing on like a video game on like an IMAX screen. It's that big. So you can make it so it scales so big, the screen in front of you can actually turn your head and look at different parts of the screen. It's not like a fixed little tiny thing you're looking at. You're like, it's blowing up around you. So that's a whole other aspect. So you can play Cyberpunk in that too. Absolutely.
Right. That's
it's pretty dope. It's pretty dope.
So for everybody that's wondering if they should get the PSVR 2, like Civ says, man, this is up to you. It's up to you. But tell you right now, if you love virtual reality, man, in my opinion, grab it. If you have experienced virtual reality before, PSVR, the first one, grab it.
Get that tax return money.
Go over Civic's house.
Go over Civic's house.
Mikasa, Sukasa.
Exactly. But yeah, I can't wait to have this hardware in my hands soon enough. Going from hardware to really, we're going to unplug ourselves. And of course, us being in the great city of Philadelphia, we have one big event that focuses on board games. Of course, it's called PAX Unplugged. So this city is all about board games as well, too. And board game news coming out is that one beloved game that I love, I know Luna loves, I know everybody loves, especially playing video games, is Sea of Thieves becoming a board game. This is from Steamforge. Of course, the people that made Elden Ring and Monster Hunter. We're going to see Sea of Thieves coming out this summer. I am so excited. I love Sea of Thieves. If you ever play Sea of Thieves for like Xbox and all that too, it is an amazing the pirate simulator game. To be honest with you, dude, like, listen, and to have that, is everybody a board game player here as well too? Like, are y'all like any adamant board game players? Because I know, like I said, we all live in Lou, you, yeah, you too, Will. Like, all right. So real quick, because I gotta ask you, like, what's your favorite board game, like that you like to play? Don't say Monopoly.
Go ahead. You said it earlier.
My favorite board game is Trouble.
Trouble, yeah, Trouble, yeah. I feel that, man. So Trouble, okay, all right, yeah. I know it, and that's the thing too, because it's so crazy, man. Especially if you go to these events, if you go to Unplugged, and Unplugged introduces you to a lot of like high-end board games, man. Board games that take hours to play, man. I mean, I've been in campaigns. I never knew board games have campaigns that, you know, last for days and months, man. And to see, you know, a lot of video game franchises to come to tabletop is amazing. Like I said, I knew there was an Elden Ring. I knew there was like a Bloodborne board game as well too. There's of course, Monster Hunter board game, which is a lot of fun. I recommend that. But Sea of Thieves, which the title is Sea of Thieves, Voyage of Legends, and that's the full board game. I think I might get that. I think, you know, we might just have like a little you know, board game party. I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I'm just excited.
Yeah, we'll come over your house, Mark.
Exactly. Why not? You know what I mean? If you listen, keep checking that. Again, I believe it comes out. They just said summertime too. They said summertime. The pieces are they're oh god, they're so cool, man. Seriously, dude. I like I said, if you have played Sea of Thieves and you know what the deal with Sea of Thieves is, trust me, everything on the tabletop, I feel like this is the most anticipated game ever to grab. When is that game coming out, Marquita? The game is coming out. It just says summertime. They didn't give us an exact date yet, but it's going to say summertime. I would say, look, man, you're going to probably buy around. It's yeah, I ain't gonna assume. It's gonna say summertime. That's it. So hopefully we'll get an exact date of when Sea of Thieves, because I'm gonna probably put some money down on that as well too, man. So that's your board game check of the show, and I can't wait. I love that so much.
I want to know why I can't say Monopoly is my favorite game.
Right. What's wrong with Monopoly?
Because Monopoly ends friendships.
Oh my god.
So does Uno. So does Uno, and you join the tournament every year.
But
Uno ruins friendships.
Man,
if Monopoly ruins friendships, so does Uno.
There's a way to. Do you guys want a little pro tip here for Monopoly?
I
heard years ago there was a
throw
guy,
it out.
There was a mathematician who figured out something about Monopoly, and he said, "I can guarantee I can win Monopoly at least 95% of the time."
Okay.
And he tested it and won. It's a very simple tactic. If you play by the actual rules, which you should, what you do is you never buy hotels. You buy houses.
That's right.
You buy houses and you never upgrade to a hotel, because mathematically what happens is as soon as you put a hotel down, the only way you can cash in a hotel, like if you need money, you can cash in individual houses, but you don't lose all of them. You only lose one. If you mortgage off a hotel after you get a Monopoly, you have to start back by doing more houses, so it costs you more money in the long run. If you just keep 4 houses on each one and never do anything else, that's it. He's like, don't buy the railroads, don't buy anything else. Just get monopolies and build houses, and that is all you do. That is it. Even if it's just cheap, crappy ones.
Yeah.
You know, like Mediterranean, those nasty ones. He's like, doesn't matter. Just put as many houses down as possible. Never build a hotel. And I started doing this, and my friends thought I was cheating. They're like, "What is this? You're just gonna have infinite money." And I'm like,
"Yeah."
I tested this guy's thing, and I'm like, "Oh my god, it actually does work." I don't think I've lost a game of Monopoly in years.
You know what? We might just have a Monopoly tournament, man. A super game day, hopefully, man. You know what I'm saying?
He goes with the tournaments.
Do you know the movie The Thing?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
James. Everybody.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Everybody glitching now.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, so they have a game called Outpost 31. And that's my favorite board game because it's 12 players and you start off with 1 infected, and as you progress trying to like get things done and do blood samples, like more infected happen, but the infected can't tell your teammates who are infected.
Right.
So basically when you're doing missions, the infected basically like sabotage the whole mission and try to win the whole game.
It's like
It's
Among
a fun
Us.
game.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Among
it.
Us, yeah.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
basically Among Us. Yeah.
Pretty much. I like that. I like that. There's a lot of board games, and like I said, just being in the world of board games, man, it's fascinating. If you haven't tried a lot of these stellar board games, to me, it's an alien board game. It's an aliens board game.
I love it.
So, oh my god, it is so
good.
intense, dude. I like legit. I get scared just playing that board game, but it's like it's a tense situation, man. You
So
think I
when-
would? Go ahead, Sif.
So when they say all we need now is a deck of cards, somebody says, no, all we need now is Aliens, the board game.
Exactly. What a commercial.
Yeah, for the commercial.
Oh,
That's your
my-
80s commercial
That's
right
your 80s
there, bro.
commercial. Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts. But yep. So Sea of Thieves, the beloved game from the Xbox, Microsoft Xbox, is coming to tabletops soon in the summertime. So I can't wait for that. Now, we're gonna get into our main meat and potatoes, man. Of course, this is Women's History Month. Happy Women's History Month to everybody. And of course, this is also, we're getting into March Madness. So we're going to actually do something here too. And chat, you're going to, hopefully you can help out a lot of everybody in the panel here. We're going to do Women's History Month March Madness kind of draft. It's a starting 5. The way this goes from here, right? We're going to do like, basically everybody's going to pick their top 5 or their 5, women gaming characters, in the video game universe and all that. But we're going to do it as a draft. Right? And so if somebody picks a character that we've all wanted to, that's off the board. You know what I'm saying? So let's say, for instance, I'm not going to say a name really. Like if Luna says, Luna's going to be the first pick, of course, because it's Women's History Month. You know what I mean? So she gets first overall pick.
I don't know who this is.
And then we're going to go to Super Game Day being the second pick. We're going to go to Civic being the third, Smoke being the fourth pick, and myself being the last pick. And it's going to be snaked around. So second round, I'll have the first pick. Then Smoke had the second pick. Then Civic, third pick. Super Game Day, fourth pick. And I'm going to have the last pick. It's going to be back and forth. So I'm going to keep tabs of that. I got the paper right here.
Wait. Before we pick our video game fictional characters, I just want to give a shout out to Michelle Obama. I think she should run for presidency. That's all.
I hope so. Dude, hey, listen.
Bro.
Shoot, man. Let that happen. Let that happen. But so that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and pick like a starting 5. So you're going to, and then chat, you're going to say who has the better team. We're going to probably put everybody's, face and the team and all the characters and all that too on our Facebook page later on after the show. And so basically, if you are here, you can say who has a better team. If not, we're going to post it on our Facebook page later on. So now,
what happens if you have the same? See, now that can be very true. So what if everyone picks the same character?
you can't. So let's say Luna.
Well, right, yeah. So if I pick somebody, then she's off the board, and you can't pick her.
That's your draft. Yep. So it's like you better hope. Don't say it out loud because you better. Once it comes to you, they be like, okay, nobody picks this person. I'm going to pick this person. She's off the board. And I'm going to be pissed off because I know Smoke's going to take half of my people. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is going to be. So we're going to start this draft up. This is Women's History Month. This is the official Women's History Month video game draft for March Madness. Of course, the starting 5 on the floor. Right now we have Luna, Cheapy Fox starting off. Luna, who is your first overall pick?
On the clock.
Lara Croft.
Oh my God. You know what?
You talking about
I
Angelina
knew
Jolie?
exactly because you were gonna do that.
Oh my freaking God, man! Because
I knew you wanted her. I had to have her for myself. That's Mama Laura. Mama Laura.
You.
I'm not sorry.
God, man, we start off this. We're gonna start off right here, like now. Super Game Day. You are on the clock. Who is your first? Lara Croft is off the board.
We talking about Ellie from The Last of Us.
Ellie from The Last of Us.
Okay.
Is off. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Civic, you are on the clock. What do you have?
Samus Aran.
Samus
Nice.
is off the. But that was my next pick. If Samus fell to me,
Same here.
if Samus fell to me in the first round, I was gonna steal that from you. I knew he was gonna pick that Civ. I was gonna see if you're gonna do that. Smoke, you are on the clock. You got Lara Croft is off the board. Ellie's
Chung-Li.
Chung-Li is off
Good one.
the
Good one.
board. Chung-Li is off the board. It is my turn. I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna say this person because I know y'all not gonna think about her. I'm going to pick. I'm gonna pick Tifa. I'm gonna pick Tifa from Final Fantasy. Yep, that's what I'm gonna pick. I'm gonna pick Tifa Lockhart. So now it goes back to sneak around. So I'm gonna have the second pick And then, of course, it's going to be Smoke again and Civic, then Super Game Day, then Luna. So my pick for second round, round 2, my pick is going to be, oh my God. Dude, this is insane. No, you know what? My pick is going to be Princess Zelda. That's what I'm going to do. Princess Zelda is off the board, man. Smoke, you pick.
Jill Valentine.
Jill Valentine is, God Lord, man. Jill Valentine is off the board. I like that. Civic, who do you got, man?
Bayonetta.
Ah.
Okay.
Bayonetta. I like that, man. I like that. Super Game Day.
Hold on. We will say Sonya.
Sonya Blade.
Sonya Blade.
Okay. That's a steal.
I was not thinking about that. And
I was hoping.
See. I'm curious. Why Sonya Blade? You think none of us would think about Sonya Blade? You could have left her.
Yeah, I would think no one was thinking about.
I was not thinking about her.
She has the kiss of death.
And also, she's like probably one of the strongest women fighters in all of video game
history.
She kills Kano, and she fights demons and creatures.
True.
Like she's just poop, poop, poop.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. That's good. Okay, I like that. Luna, to end round 2, who do you have?
Jun Kazama.
Ooh, from Tekken.
Yep.
Tekken.
Okay. So that is round 2. So far, chat recapping. So Team Luna Chibi Fox has right now Lara Croft and Jen Kazama. Team Super Game Day has Ellie from The Last of Us, as well as Sonya Blade. Team Civic Minded has Samus, as well as Bayonetta. That's a strong team, god darn. Team Smoke has Chung-Li and Jill Valentine, another strong team, Jill Valentine. And, of course, Team Nux has Tifa, Lockhart, and Princess Zelda. And so we're going back to round 3. Remember, we got 5 rounds, 5 players, starting 5. So, like I said, chat, hopefully y'all keeping track of who's on what team and see who has the better team and the better squad. And so we're going to go to round 3. Of course, it's going back to Luna. Luna, who is your...
Aloy.
Yeah! Okay.
Good one.
Thank you.
Good one.
Oh my God.
Wait, who?
Aloy from
Horizon.
Yeah.
Yep. So Horizon Zero Dawn.
Fortnite just got more money from me because they have an Aloy skin and like a whole pack for her, bro.
I
had
like
to
that.
do it.
I like
had
that.
to do it.
Chat's chiming in with names. So if you want to help, chat's helping out with names. Super Game Day. Who you got?
We're gonna go with Jade from Mortal Kombat.
Jade from Mortal Kombat. You notice these guys only know fighting game characters. It's funny as crap. This is going to be one-sided for Super Game Day. It's going to be hilarious, dude. Civic Minded. Who do you have?
Commander Shepard.
Commander Shepard. I was actually, I had it on the list too, Civ. I had it on the list because I was like, nobody's going to think about Commander Shepard. I like that. I like that.
Get your game up. Get your weight up.
I like that. Smoke. Team Smoke.
Siri from Witcher.
Siri from. Ooh, I like
Nice.
that. I like that. Comes down to me. I think. I want to get. I want to get. Why not? I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get Diva from Overwatch. That's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get Diva from Overwatch. I feel like I like Diva. I think Diva's a strong character. Diva's a popular character. So I'm gonna get Diva from Overwatch. So that's round 3. Round 4. I'm gonna keep this hidden gem for round 5. I know nobody's gonna say this on round 5. Round 4. I think I'm gonna start off round 4 with you know what? Since a lot of people stealing a lot of fighting game characters, I'm gonna go with my main on Street Fighter, which is Cammy. I'm gonna go Cammy on round 4. So that's my girl. I think I like Cammy. I think Cammy can balance out Smoke's Chung-Li. I think that's gonna happen. So Smoke, what you got?
Hold on, stand by, because I was just Claire from Resident Evil.
Claire Redfield. I like that, man. Okay, I like that. Oh my God, man. Civic is coming down to the wire. What you got?
How many more picks do we have?
You have
Two
right
more.
now. You have 2 more. So this is round 4. You get round 5 is the last round.
Clementine from The Walking Dead.
I was looking, you mother. That was my hidden pick forever. Oh man.
That's why I asked how many more we had.
I was not expecting anybody to say Clementine because I was like, Clementine is real. So okay, all right. Super Game Day. You are on the clock.
She said that already.
It was a second.
Super Game Day is going through their whole fighting game character list, maybe.
Ada Wong.
Ada Wong, I like that. Ada Wong. Okay, all right. And Luna.
All right, so I'm going back to Tekken. Kunimitsu.
Kunimitsu, I like that. Okay, all right. So, again, chat, we are down to our last pick. And again, like I said, this is like a starting 5, you know. So, once we finish this, we're going to go ahead and recap everything. And chat, you can tell us who has the better squad, you know, whose squad needs some more work, anything that you, but like I said, this is all up to you, chat. You tell us who you like more, man. So now we're going to our final round for our starting 5 for Women's History Month, man. FIBA Draft March Madness, man. We're going to go to Luna. Luna, make her last pick. Luna, who is it? You're on the clock.
Kumiko from Overwatch.
Kumiko from Overwatch. Okay.
I gotta have a healer.
I like that. That's actually pretty good. Super Game Day.
I heard she eats a lot of corn.
Wait, wait, who? Wait.
Nothing.
I hate you so much, man.
She probably does. She is a fox after all.
Oh my, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Super Game Day, it's your last pick. Who do you have?
Morgan from Darkstalkers.
Morgan, that was another good. That was man. Morgan, okay. Civic Minded, your final pick?
Final pick is the first female video game character in the history of video games, Miss Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man. I like that. I like that. Smoke, your final pick.
Also a stripper.
My final pick? Quiet from Metal Gear Solid.
Wait, who?
Quiet
from Metal Gear Solid. I like that. I think, oh man, I think I'm gonna round out my top 5.
Can I take that back?
You can take that back? Sure, yeah.
All right, let me get Cortana from Halo.
Wait, whoa! He's doing a whole lot of move right now.
That's a downgrade. No, go back.
Oh.
Nah, see, pick Cortana.
Oh no, never mind. Quiet. I'll pick
Quiet. Quiet is off the board. And I'm going to go ahead and grab
Birdo.
Nah, I'm gonna grab the most. You know what? I'm gonna grab. I had to grab her. I got to grab Amicia from.
That makes sense.
Yep, I gotta grab Amicia. From A Plague's Tale. That was, like I said, she is strong. Definitely a strong character protagonist in the video game world, man. I love Amicia. I gotta grab her, man. So that is it. Draft is locked. Chat again as we recap everybody's team. You go ahead and make that judge for yourself whose team you like more. And then we'll go ahead and talk about that as far as the towards the end of the show. So far, right now, Team Luna Chibi Fox has Lara Croft. I'm sorry. I should say the starting 5 lineup for Team Luna Chibi Fox. The point guard, Lara Croft. And small guard, we have Jen Kazama. At center is Aloy. At small forward, we have Kunimitsu. And we have power forward is Kumiko. I like that, man. Okay. All right. Okay.
You know what? If we were playing basketball and height was an issue, I should have picked Lady D from.
Bro.
I didn't know. Lady Shack.
Listen. If we was going to pick bench players as well too, listen. Like, yeah, true. Yeah.
We need to go to a 6th round and do a six. We gotta get a 6th man, right? I mean,
Oh.
One more round. If we go to if
we go to 6th round, you know I'm stealing your pick, right, Siv? You know I'm stealing your pick.
I figured you would.
What you doing the 6?
No, we ain't do the 6. Okay. It's gonna be a starting 5 lineup, man. But chat says Lady D's honorable mention, so we get Lady D the honorable mention. The starting 5 for Super Game Day. Of course, Super Game Day picked Ellie. I like that. Sonya Blade, and they went through the whole fighting game. Sonya Blade, Jade. You got Ada Wong, and then Morgan. I like that Morgan pick, man. That's a strong team. Super Game Day team is strong. I like that. Civic Minded for Team Civic Minded. Coach Civic has selected Samus. Bayonetta, that 2 right there already freaking slaps, man. Commander Shepard, which was a steal, my pick. Clementine, which was a major steal for me. And then Mixed Pac-Man, surprise pick, Miss Pac-Man, I like that.
The best thing about my team is that Samus can just roll into a ball and dunk herself.
Exactly, yo, right? Facts.
That's game right there.
That's already there. That's already points, man. For Team Smoke, you got Chung Lee. You got Jill Valentine. Siri. Then you got Claire Redfield. And we have Quiet. I like Quiet, man, because listen, Quiet, that sniper, man. Quiet's good, man. Seriously. I think Quiet's also a strong girl, too, man. Seriously.
That's your 3-point shooter.
Yeah, that's your 3-point shooter. I feel like
perimeter shooter.
Facts. And of course, for Team Nux, I feel like I got an all-around balanced team. I like my team. Tifa Lockhart, Princess Zelda, got Diva. I think Diva's more because I picked Diva because more of a defensive. She's a defensive Overwatch. I love her. Cammy, and of course you got the strong Amici as well too. So that is everybody's team. Chat, go ahead and let us know who you like. Which team that you like, who team that you feel like is a really strong team. Of course, we're celebrating Women's History Month. We're celebrating female protagonists, man, women protagonists and antagonists in video games as well, too, man. There's some diehard, awesome, real cool antagonist women video games as well, too. So definitely show some love. But yeah, that's the teams right there. I like that. We're going to put everybody's, profile pic as well as their character selections. So you can go ahead and vote on Pass Controller our page on Facebook and show your love as well there and too. And of course, I hate y'all. Super Gay. I looked at the comment, man. You know what, man? Super Gay, they would vote for themselves, man. So, wait, I ain't trying to hear that, man. So that is the Women's History Month March Madness draft, man. And I loved it. That was a lot of fun, man. But of course, we're gonna go and play our new game plus Super Game Day. We're gonna have you play this game, and we played this game before on. We started the season to playing this game. We'll play this game called Sweet Zooms. This is our last and final game that we're gonna play.
I thought we were gonna play Spin the Bottle.
We ain't playing no Spin the Bottle. Ain't no Spin the Bottle, man. We ain't playing no. I don't know what you're talking about, man. We're gonna play some Sweet Zooms, and Sweet Zooms. What Sweet Zooms is all about is we're gonna show a actual picture. If it's either a box art or a screenshot of a video game. Now we're gonna zoom it in, and then you're gonna have one guess per zoom. Okay, so if everybody guesses wrong, then we're gonna zoom out one time, and you have another attempt at it, and then nobody gets it. You're gonna zoom out again until somebody gets the correct answer. All right, chat, you're gonna go also play with us, and chat. I know chat's gonna get it soon, better than the panelists will, man. So we're gonna actually make sure that we're gonna have the wait screen so chat can't see what game it is. So here is Sweet Zooms. We're gonna start off with doing our first game. Make sure that chat doesn't see it. The chat likes to cheat. And we're gonna do this. We're gonna go here, and we're going to go ahead and share the screen. Our first, let me make sure. Okay, so y'all can see that, right? Y'all can see that?
What, this yellow color?
That yellow color?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and main show it. Chat can see it. All right. For 1 point, man. Yeah, let's get some guesses.
Pac-Man.
I know. Just draw any game. You might get lucky. Just draw any game.
Somebody peed in the snow.
Somebody peed in the snow. You might get lucky on the first guess.
Is it game?
Is it game?
I'm gonna say it's Journey.
It's not
I
Journey.
said Horizon Zero Dawn.
It's not Horizon Zero Dawn. Super Game Day. What you say it was? You said what game was it?
No, I don't know. I'm just like trying to figure out.
Wait, that's the zoom in?
Yeah, that's a zoom in. Yep.
It's just there's
Say anything.
Say anything. You might get lucky.
Anything at all.
Dead Space.
It's not Dead Space, Luna.
Legend of Zelda.
It's not Legend of Zelda. We're gonna zoom out a little bit. Okay, y'all see some detail right there.
Mortal Kombat.
It is not Mortal Kombat.
All right, Street Fighter.
Nope.
Duke
you
Nukem.
only get one guess per round. Duke Nukem is not Duke Nukem. Super Game Day, Civic. Your guess?
Assassin's Creed.
Not Assassin's Creed. Super Game Day.
Killer Instinct.
It's not Killer Instinct. We're gonna zoom out a little bit more. Okay. Oh, look, you got something right there.
Oh, Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 7.
It is. Luna got it. It is Final Fantasy 7. Yep. There you go. It is Final Fantasy 7. I like that, man.
That's bull.
Yes.
That's bull.
There you go, man. So Luna got
She
that
won
one.
because she was a girl. She won because she was a girl.
It's-
It's Women's Month.
Happy Women's History Month.
It's Women's Month. Let's go.
There you go. We're gonna go into our second game. So Luna got that 1 point right there. We'll go to our second game.
All victories
let
are
me-
my victory.
let me go
Thank you very
ahead
much.
and-
All your base are belong to us.
Yes.
Right. All right, here is our second game. Our second game is gonna be up. You see that? Let me go ahead and put the game on for the chat. Chat sees it now. All right.
Last of Us.
It is not The Last of Us.
Good guess.
Good guess, too. Yeah, that was a good guess. Anybody?
It's got to be an outdoors game.
You know what this is. You see,
gonna be
you
a
see the
survivor.
environment.
Oh, I know what it is.
No, but
I know
save
what it
your answer. Save your answer.
is.
Super
Metal
game.
Gear Solid.
It's not Metal Gear Solid. Luna, Civic.
I know what it is.
I don't know, man. Halo.
It's not Halo. Luna.
Trying to think of all the outdoorsy games that I know of. Just go back to Legend of Zelda. I know it's not
It's
that.
not Legend of Zelda. We're gonna zoom out a little bit more. All right, you get some little more detail.
What is it?
Is it Super Game Day's turn?
Yeah.
Anybody could blur it.
Anyone.
If you know.
It's Days Gone.
It is not Days Gone.
Uncharted.
Oh.
It is not Uncharted. That was a good guess. It's not Uncharted though. Luna, Civic.
Dead Island.
It is not Dead Island. Luna.
7 Days to Die.
It is not 7 Days to Die. We're gonna zoom it out a little more. There you go. Oh, okay, there's something appearing on the screen. What is that?
Oh, I know what it is.
Say it. Go.
No, I don't know. What
Is it World War Z?
It is not World War Z. Nope. Somebody.
It's not Forspoken.
It is not Forspoken.
It's Sonic Frontiers.
You better know, you can't answer. Civic, Luna.
Yeah, I know.
First thing I see is Uncharted. I mean, not Uncharted. Is
Nope. Civic, Luna. Hold your answer. You might get it. You might get on next turn. Smoke. Civic, Luna.
well, you already said it's not The Last of Us, but that's what it reminds me
Yeah,
of.
true. It does remind you of Last of Us a little bit.
Even though I see the
Yeah.
little shielding right there.
Yeah,
Oh, see,
that's what I'm trying to think of.
See?
What
Right.
it is.
See, Smoke was going to give it away.
Oh, I know what it is now.
No,
Overwatch
hold it.
2?
Huh?
Is it Overwatch 2?
It is not Overwatch 2. Luna.
Is it a Star Wars game?
It is not a Star Wars game. We're going to zoom it out. Here you go.
Oh shit, never mind. I was about to say it. I'm like, nope, that's not
Anybody?
it.
Near Ultima.
What's that?
Near Ultima.
You said,
Automata.
it is near. Yes, it is. It is definitely near. That's 1 point to
Oh.
Super Game Day. I like that. There you go, man. Once you saw that robot, I was like, yeah, that's a given right there.
I never played Nier.
Yeah.
I'm a fake gamer girl.
Not 2B. Yeah, it's 2B.
Yeah, it's 2B. Yep. All right. That was a
Yeah.
good one. So 1 point to Super Game Day, 1 point to Luna. We're going to load in our next game.
Yeah, Luna and her potato.
This is going to be a good one, right?
I'm sorry.
You know what? Okay, let me put this.
I take it back. Potatoes or vegetables. Jesus.
Let me zoom.
Well,
I
it's
don't
a,
know
it's a
where it is.
root, right?
I
So
mean,
it's the same as a
Yeah,
carrot.
they're roots.
Look,
Right.
Carrots
But
are
like,
roots.
Luna. As
Wow.
long as I stand by Darth Vader being one of the top villains of video games. Look, you're all right with me.
All right, here we go. We're
well,
going to
because
go.
like potatoes are, it's a starch, so it's not a vegetable.
You just
All right,
digging
now I got
yourself
that
a hole.
zoomed
It's like
in.
potato.
All right, I'm going to share the screen up. Here is round 3. We're going to do 4 rounds total. Here is round 3. I'm going to share with the panelists first before I share with y'all chat. There it is for the panelists and chat. Here you go. This is here. All right, and anybody?
Breath of the Wild.
Last of Us.
It
Last
is The Last of Us. Yep, it is.
Oh my
Oh,
Bro.
God.
There you go. See,
Dude.
just that simple. The
You
Last.
just say Last of Us every round.
He's gonna say Last of Us every round, man. It's solid.
If I see anything green,
It's
I'm
going. Yeah, right.
I'm
It's
sorry,
automatic.
wait. I have to take umbrage with that answer because that wasn't The Last of Us. That was The Last of Us 2.
All right, well, I gotta give it a smoke, man. I gotta give it a smoke, man.
But he gets the points because that's a phenomenal guess. Hey, that's like when last episode, didn't I get one like that? Didn't I say Skyrim or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did.
Good job, man. That
All
was
right.
good.
Here is our final. So right now, it could be anybody's game. Well, between Super Game Day,
That was amazing.
Smoke and Luna. Civ got to tie it up at least, man. Make it everybody wins at least. You know, what I mean, here we
You
go.
got this one. I
Our
know you got
last
it.
game.
Oh, I didn't get one yet. Wow.
Our
No,
last
it's
game.
a good one, yeah.
I make sure I shared it to the chat. To the panelists first. Here's the chat. You're going to see right now. Here is our final.
Looks like
Zoom.
a 10.
All right, so here it's going to be a good one.
Metroid Prime Remastered.
It's not Metroid. It's not Metroid. I got that for both Super Game Day and Luna, so it's not Metroid. Civ, Smoke.
Tomb Raider.
It's not Tomb Raider. Smoke.
Uncharted.
It's not Uncharted. Here we go. Going to zoom out a little bit. All right, you get a little bit more blackness, I guess.
Kingdom Hearts.
It's not Kingdom Hearts.
That was a good one though, because the red and the darkness.
Yeah. See, I like how y'all take color.
God of War.
It's not God of War. Smoke.
Damn.
Game Day.
It's
Prince of Persia.
It's not Prince of Persia. Smoke.
That's a good guess.
Star Wars Battlefield.
It's not Star Wars Battlefield. We're going to zoom out. Here we go. All right.
Oh my God.
Lara Croft.
Nope, it's not Lara Croft.
Yeah, Final Fantasy. Freaking. You know the one. The Final Fantasy VII. A reunion.
It's
Whatever.
not Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Super Game Day.
No,
Luna.
that looks just like it. Oh my God.
Super Game
I
Day.
want
Luna.
them to go first.
Street Fighter.
Oh, I know what it is.
Wait, Super Game Day. What you say?
Street Fighter 5.
It is Street Fighter 5. Yes, it is. It is my girl.
Oh
Cammy.
wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
I recognize that from anywhere.
He said, recognize that thigh right there.
That's right. I recognize
Wow.
the
Super Game Day is our winner for Sweet Zooms for this month's episode, man. Congratulations, Super Game Day. Listen, that was fun, man. Seriously, I'm sorry. I was going to laugh at the fact that Super Game Day actually got it, man, from a thigh up.
From the thigh.
Yeah, right.
It was Yuli. Yuli got
It would be Yuli, man. It would be Yuli.
Let us say thick thighs save lives.
Exactly.
Mark, Knuckles, before you do the March Madness thing, just before we go, because I know we're getting to the top of the hour.
Oh yeah, we're about to go. But yep, got announced.
For Women's Month, I wanted to just give a quick plug here to a book by Megan Marie. If anybody's looking up for some good reading about women in video games, women's contributions in video games, Women in Gaming is a great book. Very cool. How many pages is it? Like 300 pages or so. Just all these biographies of various female contributors within the video game industry, from designers to publishers to writers to artists to gamers to influencers, everything. This is a great book. It's on Amazon. Check it out. It's absolutely awesome. The author, Megan Marie. Definitely go and check this out. Women in Gaming. Cool. Quick plug. Okay.
I love that. Thank you so much. And where can people get that? I guess Amazon, they can get that, I guess, wherever.
Got mine on Amazon, but it's available at your local bookstore, probably
at your local bookstore. So definitely.
Just we're on Amazon. Just go to Amazon. I'm going to go to Amazon anyway.
Yeah, I might grab it on Amazon as well too, man.
It's really, really good. It's really good.
And real quick, also, man, like I said, we are with our special guest, Super Game Day. If y'all want to check out Super Game Day's event, for those that are in the tri-state area, Philadelphia, East Coast, or wherever you are, you just want to fly out, it don't matter. Go ahead and check out Super Game Day's event, the Takeover, the Cherry Street Pier Takeover, Saturday, April 22nd, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at Cherry Street Pier. It's free. You don't have to pay money. It is free because we all cheap. It's free. So you can come out support, man, seriously, at 121 North Columbus Boulevard. Of course, they have awesome tournaments. Luna put the Instagram down, so you can definitely follow Super Game Day's Instagram. Please give them a follow and show them some love too, man. These guys were amazing. They got the tournaments for Tekken 7, Super Smash Brothers, man. Money prizes. So if you are good at Tekken or Super Smash Brothers, you can win some money, man. Seriously, nice, good little chump change for you, to spend at the vendors as well too. Gonna be a lot of vendors, a lot of cosplayers, man. It's gonna be a huge event. Food, drinks, everything. And of course, they're going to give away a Nintendo Switch Lite raffle, which I'm going to participate in as well, too. So hopefully you can beat me, but make sure you get a lot of raffle tickets, man. You got to I'm telling you, man, make sure you'll see all of us. Past Controller's going to do a panel at Super Game Day as well, too. So you can definitely check out our show. We're going to be giving away small prizes as well, too. So if you want to see what we're giving away, you want to see what we talk about, man, make sure that y'all come to Super Game Day. Make sure y'all screenshot this right now, screenshot this flyer, and come down. If you are anywhere in the world, man, if you had the time, fly on down over to Philly, man, for this event. You cannot miss this Super Game Day. Listen, for the guys Super Game Day, you guys are amazing. Like, seriously, man, thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
For real, man.
Right back at you.
Absolutely, man. Seriously. And, we're going to make sure that we bring you back, man, for the next Super Game Day event as well, So you guys going to, this is not the last time you're going to see these guys. But these guys will be back later on in a future episode for sure.
We're already working on our next one.
Working on the next one as well, too. So make sure that y'all follow their Instagram for more details. But that's going to wrap up our show, of course. Before we wrap up our show, we're going to have...
Hold on, Mark. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. What's up, Smoke? Yeah, sure.
Next week, we're doing a doubleheader this month. we're going to be coming back next week for another episode of Pass the Controller. So for all those people that missed us in February, we decided to make it up to the fans by doing a double header for you. Not only you're getting this weekend or this Saturday, you're getting next Saturday as well. On the 18th, we're coming back live, 7 p.m. with me, Mark, possibly Nick, Luna, and Siv, and whoever else that might show up. It could be anybody. We might have another special guest. You never know who's going to show up on Pass the Controller.
There you go, man. So that's the announcement right there. So like I said, we're going to end the show, man. But before we end the show, of course, we have some few end credit announcements as well, too. Of course, you can go.
Are we not going to talk about who won the thing? Who won the John?
We'll talk about that on the website.
Oh, wait.
We're going to be talking about that next Saturday, guys, on the show.
Next Saturday?
Hey, there we go. We'll do that. We'll do
I
that.
thought we were gonna. Who's at least winning? Can we get like a? Like,
no,
right?
No.
Come on, man.
Just like The Last of Us, you got to wait to tune in next week.
There you go. Exactly, man. So we're gonna post everybody's team on the Facebook page as well too. And like I said, as far as our Facebook page, make sure y'all definitely follow our Facebook page, Pass Controller, as well as the Instagram, Twitter account as well too. For more announcements, if you want to, also go ahead and hit us up on PTC Nation. PTC Nation is a page that's just for you. You can go ahead and make sure that you go ahead and follow that. PTC Nation is you can go ahead and check this that bar out in the Pass Controller page. You can go ahead and do anything, any video game related topic that you want to put out. PTC Nation is just for you, so that we can all pass controller together. Because I'm not reading all that, Nintendo ID and crap. Like you already know, I said each and every episode, man. Smoke is that's why I hate smoke. You know what I mean? So that's what we do. And of course, you can reach us, like I said, at all our social medias under the PTC Gaming Show tag. So make sure that you do that. Like I said, Super Game Day. Thank y'all so much for joining us, man. You guys have been wonderful. Make sure, again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all follow Super Game Day. They've been epic as always. And of course, hopefully we'll get Nick the next show, man, because Nick's always crazy. But for Civic Minded, for Super Game Day, for Miss Luna, Chibi Fox, for The Spoke, I am McNucks. This has been Pass the Controller. And as always, people, get good.
Game over.
Have fun, don't die.
Pass.
Real quick before we cut off, I talked to Sherman yesterday, Original Play. He would like to provide us with prizes for the panel. Yep. I don't know how many, but he definitely wants to be part of that for like whatever panel we have with him. Just let us know what he's on. You guys, he obviously wants to do baskets for raffles at Super Game Day again.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Seems the best thing, but whatever.
Okay, sure.
You want to do already got like oh, sorry. Yeah, but you still got something.
It's fine. Your victory is my victory. This is Women's Month.
Alright, guys.
Thank y'all.
Yep.
Have a good one, guys. Peace out. Ciao.
Yeah, you did. Alrighty. I meant to say, don't forget to shout out Philly Otaku, but I guess we can do that next week. Philly Otaku Con. They're literally the week before Super Game Day. Yeah. Alright, but please, because, right, nobody has an outline for next one.